On the Cougars Network, welcome to Cougar Stadium for Week 2 of the high school football season. It is the 1-0 Canyon Cougars battling the 0-1 Eastview Patriots. On the Cougars Network, I'm Brain Freeman, joined as always by Tony Brubaker. And Tony, you look at this Canyon Cougar football team, it is a brand new era of football now led by head coach Joe Lepsis, and so far the era is off to a great start.
And it's most exciting is what we've been talking about all night is there's a great crowd here for a set of new uniforms, a bunch of players playing under a first-year coach here, all kinds of new things going on here, and as we join them tonight, I am expecting what I think will be a great performance by the Cougars.
And a new season for us of Cougars coverage here on the Cougars Network, and more pregame coverage is coming your way. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
So, Coach, last week's win was 51-17 over Lehman. Your team ran 312 yards. Is that your team's focus offensively?
Well, I think every offense has a core belief. This is what we're going to do, and that's what we have offensively and defensively. And I think after you have your core belief, you take what you have in the locker room and you try to input that. We feel real good about our offensive line and our running backs, but we also feel really good about the way our quarterback's playing right now and the way our receivers are running routes, catching the ball and blocking. So, you know, we're going to try to do what we do. We're going to try to run the football and manage the football and not have turnovers. So, yeah, I mean, you could say that's what we want to do.
Georgetown Eastview is coming off of a loss, but can you tell us what you know about the Patriots?
Very athletic. They've got a pretty good quarterback. Offensive line does a good job. They fly around on defense, but the thing that stands out most is their skill players on the perimeter, very athletic, fast. So they're going to present a problem on the perimeter for us, and you know we know that going in, and hopefully we can contain them on the edges.
So to contain them, Coach, who is going to be stepping up defensively for you?
Well, it always starts with the front seven. You know, you're going to start with your defensive linemen. They have to do their job. Your linebackers have to fit off of the defensive linemen, and then your secondary fit off of your linebackers. So, you know, we look at it not so much a player or position that has to step up. It's we've got to do our job. Everyone has to understand what the guy in front of them is doing, and you know, it's for us defensively. It all bases off of fits and everybody knowing what the other guy's doing and making sure that I'm doing the right thing based on what he's doing. So, you know, to me, it's always going to turn into a team effort. You got 11 guys on defense, and those guys have to do their job and fit properly off the other guys.
So it's our exciting home opener tonight, Coach. What is the atmosphere tonight in the locker room?
It's great right now. You know, you're 1-0 and everything is positive. We had a successful scrimmage against Aikens, and then we come out against Lehman on the road with a good victory. So there's a lot of positivity right now, and what we're trying to do is just remind these kids that the road just keeps getting tougher, and we just have to get better day by day.
So, Coach, I have to ask, those new uniforms are pretty tough. Tell me about those helmets.
We just wanted to make a little bit of a change, just, you know, some kind of splash, so we just went with the black helmets, and kids love them, and, you know, anything that we can create some excitement, we're going to try to do right now, because we feel like that's what this program needs right now is excitement and some positive feelings in the locker room and throughout the school.
Well, I know I'm excited and looking forward to tonight. Good luck, Coach. I'll see you on the field. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed, so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event too. Welcome to Texas 46.
We've got spirit? Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Cougars, too. When you get gas, look for the Cougar Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Canyon Athletic Booster Club to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Cougars.
I've been an HEB truck driver for over 40 years and driven more than 3 million miles. I've seen a lot of wide open spaces and beautiful Texas places. It's the best job ever. All 700 of our friendly truck drivers are committed to getting fresh products to the store every single day. In fact, HEB drivers make more than 12,000 deliveries every week because Texas families need us, so we always deliver. This is the delivered fresh department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
I'm here with Calvin the Cougar at Cougars Fieldhouse, and we're getting ready for the big game tonight. I was just talking to Calvin, and this is his very first interview. He's a little camera shy, I know, but I've talked him into spending a little time with us today. Calvin, can you tell me what's going to be happening on the field tonight at Cougar Stadium? Football? Yes, I sure hope so. What else? Dancing, I bet. There's going to be a lot of dancing. What else? Cheerleaders? I hope they're all there cheering loud. And what are you? Oh, the drummers. There will be drummers there. And what is it that you're going to be doing, Calvin? Roaring and cheering? Get up off your feet? Yes, yes. Well, I'm super excited, and I hope it doesn't rain because I heard cats don't like rain very much. No? Well, you'll be okay. If it starts raining and you get scared, you can come sit with me. Yes? All right. Well, there's only one thing left to say. Go Cougs!
And welcome back to Cougar Stadium. Just had the playing of our national anthem here, the very first home game of 2018 here at Cougar Stadium. On the Cougars Network again, I'm Brian Freeman, joined alongside Tony Brubaker. It is the 1-0 Canyon Cougars against the 0-1 Eastview Patriots out of Georgetown. And again, Tony, you and I were talking about the matchups earlier, who's been standing out so far early part of the season. The running game for both teams has been pretty impressive one week into the season. I'm looking at quarterback play right now, though, Tony, as we get ready for kickoff. For the Patriots, we'll see first-year starter Jackson Colson, the junior, take the snaps. For the Cougars, a veteran 3-year starter Xavier Perez, the senior.
And Perez has had an opportunity to lead this team for a couple of years now, and I think more than anything, he's probably real excited he's got two different running backs who can take it to the house every time he hands them the ball.
We had the coin toss moments ago. It was won by the Patriots that have elected to defer, so they want to be on defense here first, Tony. That means we'll see that Canyon offense and the running game out there to start the first quarter.
And the wind moving right to left. Canyon will receive it going into the wind to open the game, so they'll have the wind in the second quarter. And then, of course, you know you always take the ball to start the second half, so you get the wind in the fourth quarter.
A cloudy, overcast Friday night, but no rain to the forecast. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for us last night. Tony and I were in attendance for the Smithson Valley Pflugerville-Hendrickson game that did not happen. It was canceled. And so we are ready for football, though, here tonight.
I know there are a lot of people living in New Braunfels that wish we could get a day of rain like we had last night in Pflugerville.
Yep.
Because that rain, which came down for about 2 or 3 hours, would be perfect here because we haven't seen that.
But without the lightning.
Exactly. At least not on a Friday night.
So, the ball to tee. And actually, although we saw the coin toss earlier that Eastview had won and had deferred, and the officials did signal that Canyon was going to receive, I suppose, and maybe we got some bad information because the Cougars come out to kick off. So instead, we'll see the Patriots at offense first here tonight, and Canyon's defense out there to start the first quarter.
I hope this isn't a sign of things to come for
Better
us
not.
believing what an official tells us, but clearly Canyon was receiving the ball on that coin toss.
The bottom line is, Tony, unlike last night, we're about to see some football here. Doing the honors here for the Cougars to kick off is Jalen Vasquez, the junior. Kicks off from the 40. Week 2 is underway. A line drive kick picked up at the 15-yard line. Returner across the 30 and slammed down around the 34-yard line. On the return there was Isaiah Quentin Jackson. And a good tackle for the Cougars as well on special teams. That was made by Cameron Lucas. And the Patriots come out at offense to start tonight's ball game.
Be interesting to see what kind of formations they come out trying to change things up. Obviously, it's the second game of the year. The biggest improvement, everybody says, comes between week 1 and week 2. Will they be able to show multiple faces on offense to confuse Canyon?
Again, watch for number 10 there in the backfield, Zion Hester for the Patriots. Averaged about 5 yards a carry last week in the opener against Round Rock Westwood. On first down, though, a play fake and a screen caught the 34-yard line and running across the 40 and a first down to the 43. Gain of 10 for the Patriots on the first play and a first down.
Not a bad throw. It looked a little wobbly, but it got out there in a hurry, and a good block by the receiver that allowed the screen to go forward.
Devon Little, the one on the catch, the top returning receiver from a year ago, and had 8 catches last week against the Warriors. Play fake again on first down, and a pass is incomplete. Boy, that Canyon pass rush got right in there in the face of Colson. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Hard to tell whether that was Colson's mistake of throwing the ball where the receiver wasn't, or did the receiver not break off his route where Colson thought he was going to be.
So the Patriots have used the threat of Hester in the backfield so far. 2 play fakes on the first 2 plays, and they'll go play fake again. Pass over the top is caught by Little with room to run inside the 20, inside the 10. He's gone. Touchdown Patriots, 57 yards.
You kind of wonder what happened. The receiver and the defensive back were side by side running down the field, and all of a sudden the receiver cut inside and the defender didn't go with him. And the throw, really kind of a wounded duck at times.
Yeah.
And yet it's a completed pass for a touchdown.
Again, Tony, 3 plays, 3 play fakes by the Patriots, and they go the length of the field. After the PAT is Reed Honstein to make it a 7-0 game. And Ronstein does just that. So 32 seconds in, and the Patriots have a 7-0 lead. Back with more. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
This ain't no game. Did you miss me, family?
You were gone?
I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
You all right? You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done with all of it.
Do something!
Baby, we need to get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
Where Zaxby's is from, everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And now you'll like it even more because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
The Cougars did not trail in the season opener last week in a 51-17 thrashing of Lehman. They trailed, though, in this one 32 seconds in. First possession of the game, Eastview goes 67 yards in 3 plays and in 32 seconds to take a 7-0 lead. Ensuing kickoff from Ronstein is a short one and fielded shy the 30. Returner for the Cougars across the 35, across the 40 along the far sideline, and down to about the 44. There the catch and run there for the Cougars was Logan Anderson. And Canyon will start out around the 40-yard line, down 7-0. Actually, it was Michael Bassett, beg your pardon, the backup tight end, the sophomore, on the nice return there. And now, Tony, the Cougars offense trying to respond after a quick scoring drive by the Patriots.
The short kick allowed a good return by Bassett, and I think it sets up the Cougars in great field position. Like you say, though, now can they take advantage of it?
Again, last week, Canyon's offense was awesome, averaging nearly 10 yards per play, racking up 424 yards of offense last week, putting up 51 points on the board, their highest point total since October 16th of 2015, when they scored 55 against Wagner. Got a quick sub in here for the Cougars. Checking into the game is Connor Holt as Calvin Farr checks out. Pistol snap for Perez here in first down from his own 45. And the 3-year starter with his hands out will take it. It is a handoff and a running play. They will yield about 2 yards up to the 46. Going to bring up second down and 8 for Canyon.
The offensive line of Canyon averages somewhere around 265. The defensive line for Eastview averages less than 200 pounds. It'll be interesting to see as they push everybody up to the line of scrimmage defensively how well they can stop the run.
That was Seth Haney on that carry, by the way. Back in the backfield again on second down and 8. This time a pass by Perez and a catch made up to about the 49. On the grab there was Holt, first catch of the year. That's going to bring up third down at about 7 to go.
If Canyon can't throw the ball tonight, that could be a problem because this defense they've got basically 8 guys in the box. The cornerbacks are on their own against receivers one-on-one. There's a single safety deep, but they've got everybody else in that box looking to stop the run.
Last week on third down, the Cougars an impressive 5 for 7 converting against the Lobos. But this is third and long, third down and 7 from the 48. Snap to Perez, a handoff to Haney up the middle, and isn't going to get it. He is stuffed at around the interlocking CC logo at midfield. Good defensive pursuit there for the Patriots. Ben Simmons on the tackle. And now fourth down for the Cougars, and I don't see Canyon bringing out the punt unit just yet. And a quick timeout call by Coach, not Coach Lepsis of the Cougars, it was Coach Davies of the Patriots calling for the timeout.
A little unusual. Canyon probably prompted that timeout just by keeping the offense on there and trying to act like they were going to run a fourth down play. Fourth and, a long 4, short 5, whatever it is. That's a tough go early in the game, but it's your first home game. You got a lot of momentum in a lot of different ways. Maybe you go for it and forced Eastview to use a timeout, and that's obviously a victory in that regard.
Again, the Patriots striking early in this one, a 57-yard touchdown pass from the junior quarterback Jackson Colson to senior wideout Devon Little. Cougars right now in danger of having a 3-and-out or maybe a turnover on downs, so they don't convert here on their first possession. The offense is out there, although it is an odd look here for the Cougars. Only one man on the offensive line right now. That's the center, Tyler Shannon. And he'll flip it to a teammate to his left, and that play didn't work. Threw it right to Logan Anderson, the senior fullback. The Patriots, though, were on top of it, and they pick up a turnover on downs and the football right around midfield.
Kind of like the old swing and gate you run on an extra point where you put a bunch of guys off to the left, and if they don't cover them, then you go ahead and do it. And it looked like the numbers were pretty even out there, and obviously Eastview made the play.
And now the Patriots looking for perhaps a 2-possession lead with a short field here at their own 48. Colson, the hot hand of the first drive, 2 for 3 for 67 yards in the score. Works with 4 wide and first down. This, though, was a run and a nice one inside of midfield, stumbling down to the Canyon 44-yard line. Hester on the carry, picks up 8, 2nd and 2.
Very quick feet we saw.
Hurry up offense for the Patriots. Hester again fights his way through for a first down right near the 40-yard line. Picks up 3 to move the chains. Well, impressive offensive display so far for the Patriots, 5 plays into the game.
Hester looks like quite a weapon for them running the ball.
In the backfield again. Offset to the left of Colson, and the Cougars jump. Hard count there by the junior quarterback will result in a 1st and 5.
They're going backwards. Oh, no. These officials are...
Some early confusion. We, of course, had some confusion on the coin toss earlier.
Our umpire was acting like he was going to take it 5 yards back.
All sorted out, so here we go. 1st and 5 now. Under 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 7's at Patriots. Here's Hester again having his number 10 called. And another first down carry to the 30-yard line. On the tackle there for the Cougars, Cole Seeley had 6 stops a year ago, or a week ago rather, second on the team. Canyon's defense impressive last week, but having a hard go of it so far tonight. From the 30 and first down, Colson off the play fake, airing it out deep for Little, turns, jumps, makes a catch inside the 5. Far side of the field to the 4-yard line. What an amazing play by Devon Little.
On their well, I'm going to let you go ahead and call this, but there's an interesting stat to look at. Their roster doesn't have much size except for Little.
Goodness. 1st and goal. Hester running wide and runs into the end zone. The sweep to his right, sweeps it and scores, and the Patriots have a 13-0 lead.
Again, we list Little at 6'3" and about 180. There's only one other player on the starting unit that's over 6 foot tall. The offensive line are all under 6 foot tall and go about 220 on an average. They're making the way where they shouldn't be numerically. On paper, they don't look like they should be able to run the ball, but they have been very effective running and throwing.
And the Patriots going for 2 here. A direct snap to Hester on the Wildcat, and he will charge into the end zone for 2. And now a 15-0 Eastview lead here with 8:42 to go in the first quarter. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
We are watching stars being born.
The X Factor UK is back on Access TV Sunday and Monday nights.
Here we go.
With an all-star lineup of judges. The auditions.
Pure magic.
Unforgettable performances. Who will be the next big pop star? Catch an all-new season of the X Factor UK, Sundays and Mondays, 8, 7 Central on Access TV.
And we're back at Cougar Stadium. Lights on, nightfall upon us here in New Braunfels. And Eastview is on top 15-0. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Last one scored by Zion Hester, the senior tailback, at a 5-yard run. Also scored on the 2-point conversion. And it has been all Patriots so far, not even halfway through the opening quarter. Honstein after the kickoff. First one tonight was short. The second one, short as well. A bit deeper though, and fielded at the 15. Up to the 25 and stuck there at the 27-yard line. On the return was Cameron Lucas for the Cougars, but a good stick there for the Patriots on special teams. That play made by Mark Rodriguez. And the Cougars now, Tony, offensively have some catching up to do.
They've got to find a way to run the ball. They have the size. They've got to make sure they get a hat on a hat. And that if they need to spread out Eastview a little bit more with more receivers, maybe that will create more running lanes. But right now, they're putting everybody in the box except for the corner on each receiver and a single safety. That's 8 guys against 5 blockers.
You look back at the Patriots last week in the loss to Round Rock Westwood, and it was a 38-21 defeat. The 3 touchdowns were scored as the first down plays. A nice run for the Cougars up to about the 35-yard line. His first carry, Nate Colbreth, gains about 8 to bring up 2nd and 2. The only 3 touchdowns were scored by guess who? Zion Hester and Devon Little. Hester scored 2, Little scored 1. And their fingerprints have been all over the game so far tonight.
Colbraith was just a quick burst that time to get past all the defenders. 2nd and short,
Colbraith's number called again. Breaking through inside of midfield, inside the 30. 1 man to beat, inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. Nate Colbraith has sparked some life into this Canyon crowd.
What a great run. Again, just that quick burst through the line. The first one that he got the first down initially, defenders were there. He just ran past them because they weren't ready. Great run on this one, though.
Unofficially, I think that was about 55 yards on the run for Colbreth. He averaged, Tony, 18 yards a carry last week. And now goal to go for the 10. Hope you're ready for a long night, Tony. Might be a lot of scoring this evening.
Indeed.
Perez on goal to go. Gives to Colbreth again. Again up the middle, fighting through. And it takes 3 Patriots to bring him down inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Colbreth's been the answer for whatever was trouble in the Cougars. He's been a burst of energy.
A cold breath of fresh air. On 2nd and goal, Colbreth again, the deep back or the lone back of the formation. Perez from the pistol, direct snap though to the fullback, Logan Anderson. And Anderson at the line may have lost the football. Patriots say it's their ball, and the officials agree. So the Cougars on the doorstep of their first points of the night turn it over at the goal line, football back to Georgetown Eastview.
You hate to see it. You've been running the ball so well, and you try something just a little sneaky, and it just backfires on you. And now the defense has to come out and create a stop that they haven't been able to get so far tonight.
The game is only 5 minutes old, in football time anyway, but we've had so much happen so far in this game. We've seen a wild 4th down attempt by Canyon that was not successful. We've seen 2 touchdown drives and as many possessions for the Patriots. And the Cougars' best drive of the game early on, albeit, ends with a turnover at the goal line. The Cougars, by the way, didn't have a single turnover last week. First down play for the Patriots is a catch at the 20, across the 30. Guess who? Devon Little again. And finally dragged down across the 35-yard line for a gain of 17 at the 37, first down.
Same play they started the game with.
You said it, there's a big size mismatch out there right now. Really tough assignment for Payne McKay at 5'10", playing corner against the 6'3" Devon Little. I could add that's 5 inches he's giving up. First down for the 35 though. Market, it's a run for Hester. And into the second level of the defense, Hester dragged down to the 43 for 8 more. 2nd and 2.
Their offensive line is making some holes really big for that running back.
And very up-tempo offense here. Handoff again, but this time Hester has stood up and stacked up for a loss back of the 41. Tremendous defensive pursuit there by James Perez. Big body on the defensive line for the Cougars, 6'3", 235. Had a team-high 7 tackles last week, 4 for loss. Another one of those here for him this season. Going to make it 3rd down and 4. From the 41. Hester comes in motion. The snap gets away from the quarterback Colson. On the rollout, throws the ball away. Avoids disaster. And the Cougars appear, at least for the time being, appear to have gotten their first defensive stop of the night.
And the miscue, obviously a big play for Canyon because that allowed the pressure on the quarterback and him have really no chance to do anything positive.
The Cougars had a tough time getting off the field on 3rd down last week, even in a 34-point win. The Lobos were 9 of 17 in offense converting on 3rd down, but on 4th down, they were just 1 for 4. Cougars got off the field then. Here's Honstein for the punt. A little bit of a line drive, and it takes a Cougar bounce back towards midfield and picked up at the 41. Only an 18-yard punt there for the Patriots, and the Cougars start just across their own 40-yard line, down 15 to zip, just past the halfway mark of the first quarter, 5:51 to go.
As we talked earlier, the wind's moving right to left, but really don't know how much of an impact it will have tonight. I think that was just a really bad punt that the wind made even worse.
Again, Canyon's last possession ended in the end zone, but on a turnover. A fumble near the end zone by Logan Anderson. First down for the 41 for Perez in the offense. Operates out of the pistol. It is a running play for Haney, and he is driven back. 4 Patriots all there. Again, you see Ben Simmons, a nose tackle, in the middle of it. And in fact, the Cougars will lose a yard. 2nd down and 11 from the 40.
Christian Cortez, the right defensive tackle, defensive end, wasn't blocked on the play. I mean, it's easy to make a tackle if nobody hits you. And a lot of offensive linemen were moving, but nobody got him.
See Jacob Garcia checking at receiver now for Canyon, out there along with Callan Farr. And Anderson, involved in 2 important plays so far in this game, is also lined up at receiver. 2nd and 11 from the 40. The motion man is Garcia. It is a run for Perez by design, and Perez will churn out about 3 yards to the 43-yard line, and now 3rd down and 8.
Motion man was almost an illegal motion as he turned upfield about a step too early. Their defensive line is just holding up the offense and not giving any running lanes.
Cougars tonight looking for their first home win since October 28th of 2016. Did not win a home game last year. They did win 2 games. Both came on the road. 3rd and 8 from the 43. The senior quarterback Perez takes a snap. Here's a blitz and a pass over the middle, and the catch is made. A rifle of a pass thrown there by Perez, reeled in by Garcia for first down yardage inside the 40 at the 39. First down Canyon.
A dart of a throw and a great catch that wasn't easy, but he brought it in.
The Cougars did ask Perez to throw the ball a lot last week, only 7 times, completed 6 of them for 98 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks in the win over Lehman. First down for the Patriot 39, another pass and an incompletion this time. Looking for Farr on the near side of the field, defended by Darian Shanklin. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think Farr was looking at the defender as well as the ball, and it just got through his hands, but better that than a tip and a pick. So 2nd down and long, but you at least have 2nd down to go for.
Farr had a deficient day last week. 1 catch, Tony, just 1, for a 65-yard touchdown. A lot of big plays last week. 2nd and 10 from the 39. In Patriot territory, low snap gets away from Perez. Picked up, though, by Haney. Trying to make something out of nothing, and Haney takes the ball back to close to the line of scrimmage. They'll mark him out of the 41, so the Cougars make it the 42, only lose about 3 yards there. 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, fortunate break that Haney was able to get the ball back near there, but that snap just didn't even get up in the air.
Saw the Cougars convert on 3rd and 8 earlier. This 3rd and 13, but right now a stoppage in play as there's a Patriot down. Far side of the field at around the 34-yard line. 3:56 left here in the first quarter. And the Patriots on top, 15-0 will step aside. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
will look even prettier in my best-selling planters. Such a great layering piece for fall. I recommend my Cabernet. It's delightful with chocolate. I like to group a few of my famous candles together. To make your life more beautiful, shop my collection on QVC.com and get $5 off your first purchase with promo code 5FOR-YOU. Find what you love what you find.
Back at the Cougars Network, Daisy Little for the Patriots. The safety was the one that went down, but was able to go back to the sidelines underneath his own power. And we resume play. 3rd down and 12, they'll say. Canyon at the Patriot 42. Patriots bringing a blitz. It is a run play. And that is Haney trying to stay upright. Finally stood up at around the 36. A good run, hard run too, by Haney, but not enough for the first down. Going to bring up 4th down at about 7 to go.
I think they're going to go for it. I don't know what's a punt do for you if it gets in the end zone. You only gain about 10 yards. Let's give it a shot.
Too far for a field goal. So here we go.
Need a downhill run.
This will be the second 4th down attempt for the Cougars tonight. From the 36, It's a run. No, a play action pass and an incomplete one. Far side of the field, Cougar receiver was Jacob Garcia looking for a flag against Mark Rodriguez, won't get it. And so this Eastview Patriot defense tonight has been on the field 3 times. They have 2 fourth down stops and a turnover recovered in the end zone.
You know, if the ball is catchable, that might get a penalty. It wasn't close to the receiver. Good ball fake, though, by Perez.
Well, had me fooled. That's all that really counts, right? I'm going to take that as a no. Under 3 minutes to go in the first. Patriots on top 15-zip. Here's a screen at the near side of the field, and the Cougars read that really well. A tackle out in space, the 35-yard line, make it the 36 for no gain. Payne McKay, the tackle of the receiver on the play. That was Kobe Kavanaugh for the Patriots, 2nd down and 10.
Kind of a scramble, kind of a screen. Looked kind of awkward, and the defense read it.
A lot of traffic there. Kind of a dangerous throw there by Colson. And the snap gets over his head here in 2nd down. Colson tracks it down and dives on it back at the 16, maybe the 18-yard line, loss of nearly 20. And now 3rd down and impossible here for the Patriots.
Tough break again. The 3rd bad snap tonight we've seen from the 2 teams.
Yeah.
And a more experienced quarterback may have tried to pick that up because I thought he had a little bit of time, but being sure that they don't lose the ball with the momentum they have.
It's a young center out there for the Patriots. McKinley McLaughlin is a sophomore, only his 2nd varsity start, and it's showing right now. 3rd down at about 23, and a lot of movement.
Timeout.
Timeout called by the Patriots. Their 2nd. 1 left here in the first half. Minute 45 to go. First quarter, and the Patriots have a 15-0 lead. Touchdown scored in this game by Devon Little and Zion Hester. From Little, a 57-yard touchdown catch for Hester, a 5-yard run.
This is the first chance Canyon has had to pin them back a little bit. It'll be 3rd down and forever, so you figure you're going to get a stop here, maybe get good field position, but you've had field position. Now you've got to, as a coaching staff, what's worked for us? What can we go to? What worked last week that we've seen work this week? Or what did we work on this week at practice against what our scouting report said against them? The Cougars got to find something to move the ball because a quarter is almost gone now, and they're down by 2 scores.
In the first half last week, Canyon had no issues scoring. They had 30 first half points, led 30-3 at the break. And here is a pass attempt to the far side with pressure in the face of the quarterback, and the pass is nearly intercepted. The pressure applied by Caden Hope with a sophomore nose tackle almost came in unblocked, it looked like, got in there so fast. And a dangerous throw at the far side of the field, nearly picked off by Ethan Flores. And the Patriots go 3 and out.
Flores anticipated it really well. I thought he had it at first, but just couldn't hang on. Now you force a punt where the punter last time had trouble. Put some pressure on him, get a decent return, maybe even take one to the house.
Our first 3 and out tonight for either team. Rugby-style punt and a line drive wobbly kick. This time an Eastview roll, picked up right around midfield and dropped there was Payne McKay. And the Cougars here, Tony, have a short field on what's going to be their 4th possession of the game. So far, again, 2 turnovers on downs and a turnover in the end zone. But maybe this is just what they needed here, only having to go 50 yards to crack the end zone.
When you look at the alternating running backs, Haney has had 2 chances. Colbreth has had 1. He's the one that had the most success. I think he's out there now.
He is.
If he can get some downhill runs, the Cougars really could use something good to happen.
Colbreth had 316 yards all of last season. He might break that by halftime tonight. Well, he's running. Runs here first down up the middle. What a burst. Inside the 30. He's gone. Nate Colbreth, a 50-yard house call. Touchdown, Canyon.
Just like on that second drive, he just burst through the hole. Before the defense can even find him, he's past them, and then he outran everybody this time.
The Cougars have something special in that kid, Nate Colbreth. So Colbreth has now had 2 runs tonight, eclipsing 50 yards, a 55-yarder earlier. That one officially 51. After the PAT, and the snap is mishandled, picked up by the holder, and McKay throws to the end zone. The pass is caught for a 2-point conversion by Logan Anderson. What a wild play. Anderson, a rough first quarter, involved on a turnover on downs and a turnover in the end zone. There, Johnny on the spot for a wild throw by McKay. It's a 15-8 game.
Offensive linemen being downfield, you usually give them 2 or 3 yards. Well, that's all they have on this play. So the fact that a couple of our offensive linemen were in the end zone, no reason for a penalty there.
So a 1-play drive, a 2-point conversion. That was as crazy as it gets. And the Cougars are on the scoreboard. Minute 20 to go, first quarter. It is Eastview now 15 and Canyon 8. Wild first quarter so far tonight.
Colbreth obviously is their answer right now for whatever ails their offensive pattern tonight. So I don't know that I don't give him the ball every time for a while and let them see if they can stop him.
You know, the game kicked off a little late tonight, not exactly 7:30, more around 7:33 or so. So we were already running behind schedule. If you had plans this evening to be out of this stadium by 10:30, you might want to, shuffle those plans right now. Because this first quarter has taken more than a half hour. And there's still a minute 20 to clock, enough for about 4 more possessions. Crazy.
The wind is picking up, by the way.
Flags at half staff, blowing behind the end zone to our right. And here is Vasquez out to kick it away. A short kick, taken to the 25. Up across the 30 to about the 32. That's all for the returner. And taking it back there was Jordan Espinoza for Eastview. And the Patriots come out at offense. Again, 2 touchdown drives already in the quarter. But there's a penalty. It's going to be offsides against Canyon. One of the special teamers was a little too antsy there in the kickoff. I assume the Patriots will take the yardage off the return, and we'll resume play here momentarily. Busy night in 26-6A. By the way, district play is only a couple of weeks away. Only one more non-district game left for everybody next week, and then the fun really begins. We'll look at that schedule here coming up in just a bit. As Colson of the Patriot offense comes out, nursing a 7-point lead at their own 37 following the penalty. It is a run for Hester. Nice move with the backfield. Inside to midfield goes Hester. Into the secondary, tripped up by Facundo at the Canyon 47-yard line. First down, gain of 16.
First thing I said in the pregame, he's quick and he has great vision, and he is showing us that tonight. The offensive line's giving him enough to get through, and then he's just squirting right through.
Hester get a 5-yard touchdown run early in the quarter. But also later scored on the 2-point conversion following that touchdown. After a gain of 16 from the Canyon 47, here's a sweep for Little, breaking a couple of tackles and finally drilled up top at around the Canyon 44. Good tackle by Jacob Trevino to finally wrestle him down. After a gain of 3, second and 7 with 35 seconds to go in the quarter. The Pats on top by 7.
I'm guessing that's not a play they don't run a whole lot.
Not thinking so. A lot of action for not much of a result. There's about a 5-second difference between the play clock and the game clock right now. It's a throw on second down, and a back shoulder attempt to the near side of the field falls well short. The ball may have been tipped, maybe by Caden Holt, by the way. Intended receiver for the Patriots was Carlos Ochoa. Clock stops, 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Third down and 7.
My guess is it had to be tipped away. It just died all of a sudden. I didn't really see the tip, but the ball didn't have a chance.
Not a lot of juice on the throw. 3rd and 7 from the Canyon 43. Snap back to Colson. Here's a pass to the far side, caught by Little. And Little is tripped up just shy of the marker at the Canyon 38. Going to make it 4th down and about 2 to go when we resume play. 12 minutes in the books here from Cougar Stadium. What a start so far tonight. It's Eastview 15, Canyon 8. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
We have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones that lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am gonna get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
Look at that! It's starting to feel like a mega pick.
I'm loving this place already. You're digging, you're going through the layers. This is American history, and it's for sale.
I'll take it.
Watch History Channel, GVTC, Channel 557.
And we're back at Cougar Stadium. Wild first quarter in the books, ready for the second quarter. What else does this game have in store? 15-8 Eastview on top. And decision time right now for 7th-year head coach Rob Davies. It is 4th down and 2 at the Canyon 39-yard line. Patriots in the all-white, red numbers. The Cougars in these brand new all-black uniforms, and including these new black helmets. And a 4th down, the Patriots going for it. It is a pass, far side, caught, room to run. Inside the 20, it's Cavanaugh. Inside the 10, and finally forced out of bounds by Holt at the 6-yard line. A dangerous throw there by Colson. Looked like a Cougar defender was right there to jump it and take it back for a pick 6. Instead, it is 1st and goal at the 5.
When you jump a route, only one bad thing can happen, and that's if you don't get it, they're gone. And that's what happened.
Kobe Cavanaugh takes that pass 32 yards, and goal to go now for the Patriots. Hester looked like he was about to check out of the game. They're going to keep him in and split him wide on the left side of the formation with Little in the slot. A lot of talent left side of the field right now for the Patriots. 1st and goal for the 5. Colson looking left and throws a corner route, and it's incomplete for Little, who stopped running.
Well, they're trying to drag Hester inside to give Little the corner, and Little acted like it wasn't for him. He was surprised, I thought.
Good coverage, though, by Cole Seeley. A linebacker covering Little there. Dangerous game, but again, good coverage. 2nd and goal for the 5. This time Little isolated wide left. And they'll run a play to the right. It's a pitch to Hester, trying to cut it back up to his left. And tripped up by Espinosa.
Espinosa actually carried the
carry,
ball.
beg your pardon.
They took Hester out.
Now 3rd and goal from the 4. Wonder this might be 4-down territory here for the Patriots. Hester back in the formation. Snap to Colson, gives to Hester, bouncing outside, looking for the pylon, reaching out, and he's got it. Touchdown, Eastview. 2nd time tonight for Zion Hester.
Well, he's special. You thought maybe his speed would get him there, but a defender got in his way, and he just powered through him.
There's a lot of special backs in this game tonight, both ways. And here is Honstein out for the PAT. First team all-district a year ago. That's the team's special teams MVP. Trying to make it a 22-8 game, and does. Puts it through the pipes. And the Patriots have a 14-point lead, 11:18 to go. Second quarter. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
watching stars being born.
The X Factor UK is back on Access TV Sunday and Monday nights.
Here we go.
With an all-star lineup of judges. The auditions.
Pure magic.
Unforgettable performances. Who will be the next big pop star? Catch an all-new season of the X Factor UK Sundays and Mondays 8, 7 Central on Access TV. Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
A big 4th-down conversion on the quarter's first play by the Patriots leads to another touchdown. A 32-yard play and 4th and 3 coming out of the quarter break, and 3 plays after that, the Patriots find pay dirt again. And again, courtesy of Zion Hester on 3rd and goal, a 6-yard touchdown run. Patriots on top, 22-8. Ensuing kickoff goes into the end zone, and a touchback, and the Cougars start at their own 25-yard line, down 2 touchdowns.
Cougars now have an opportunity to answer again like they did last time. And this has to be a drive where they chew up some time, give their defense a break, and produce some points at the end of it. This is a critical drive, in my opinion, early in the second quarter.
Mentioned earlier, a busy night in 26-6A. One of the big games happening not far from us, Unicorn Stadium. That old rivalry, the Guadalupe River Bowl between Seguin and New Braunfels, taking place right now. Cougars in offense. First, second quarter possession for Xavier Perez and Canyon. It is a running play that will pick up about 3 up to the 28-yard line. It's going to make it 2nd down and 7. Again, Canyon scored at his last possession, a 51-yard touchdown run, courtesy of Nate Colbreth. On 2nd and 7 from their own 29. Snap to Perez, a throw is caught, and then a hit immediately. As soon as the receiver made the catch at the 32-yard line, far side of the field for Callan Farr. And just like that, 2 plays into the possession, it is 3rd down and generous spot there. 3rd down and 3 to go.
Mark Rodriguez is the corner over there, and that's the 2nd time he's stuck a receiver tonight.
Haney in the backfield. We keep seeing Coach Lepsis alternate possessions with the tailbacks. And right now it's Haney's turn. Lined up behind Perez on 3rd down and 3. Look for his name to be called, and it is. And a run is a 1st down and more across the 40, charging up to the 41. Gain of 9 there on 3rd and 3. That'll move the chains.
Big run for Seth Haney to show he can get that too, because I think it's the quickness to the line of scrimmage that has produced the big runs for Colbreth. Now Haney does it this time and gets a critical 1st down.
From the 41 for Canyon, down 22-8. Patriots showing blitz here on 1st down. They'll bring it. It's a pass, and it's caught again. And slung down is Garcia. Good tackle in the open field by Darian Shanklin. The Cougars there will pick up a couple. 2nd and 8.
You know, we talked earlier in the game how they left those corners out there on an island by putting everybody in the box. This is why. They're really good. They can tackle.
Yeah, you look at the defensive formations. I'm only seeing 1 high safety out there at all times for the Patriots. So they're telling the cornerbacks, do your job. And so far, they're doing just that. 2nd and 8. Run play again. Haney up the middle. Haney bruising through defenders to midfield. Will set up 3rd down and a yard after a gain of 7. More on that, though, Tony. I think, too, that the Patriots realize the strength of this Canyon offense. They're challenging Perez to beat them with his arm. And they're stacking the box, saying we have got to commit to stopping the run.
Haney comes out and Colbreth comes in for this 3rd and 1.
And again, 8 of the box for the Patriots. On 3rd down from midfield and a yard to go. Snap to Perez. It's a throw. It's high and incomplete for Farr. And again, you have the one-on-one coverage there. Farr was defended out in space by Mark Rodriguez. Brings up 4th down and 1 to go. What do you do here, Tony?
That's a puzzling call with the success you've had running the ball. But they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And they are. Needing the Patriot 49 for a 1st down, and Colbreth will give them that. Finally twisted down. Back in midfield, but Ford Progress will move this drive along to the Patriot 48 with 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Patriots leading 22-8. Talked about that busy schedule. More games happening in 26-6A. How about this one? Steele coming off a loss last week to O'Connor. Is that Reagan? What a non-district schedule that is for the Knights.
Getting himself ready.
Again, this district, man, is something else. 4 teams make the playoffs, and you have Steele, Judson, and Smithson Valley already in it. First down with the 48. Run play again, and again Colbreth, and that time is limited to a yard, maybe 2. On the tackle, Dalton Lofton-Lowe, beg your pardon, for the Pats, along with Ben Simmons. Second out at 8. This second quarter moving along a lot quicker than the first quarter did. Took forever. And here we are approaching about 5 minutes in, and Eastview leading by 2 scores. From the Patriot 46, Perez, handoff, Colbreth again, up the middle, spins down to the 40. What an impressive young man he has been tonight. Nate Colbreth setting up 3rd down and 2 here.
Kind of makes you understand why he got 18 yards a carry last game, because his ability to run the ball and get the ball to the line of scrimmage in a hurry really helps.
Colbreth already tonight, 114 yards rushing.
A couple of 50-yard runs help.
That'll help. 3rd and 2 from the 40. Perez keeps it himself this time, sifting through traffic and a 1st down. Corkscrew down to the 31. So on one of those plays, Tony keeps it himself, and that was a good display of decision-making there by Perez.
And you saved that for a big play, and that was certainly it. They got so used to Colbreth or Haney running the ball, he surprised them.
And now 1st down for the Eastview 31. Drive continues, approaching the red zone. Snap to Perez. Handoff again. Colbreth makes one man miss, and it takes 2 Patriots to bring him down at the 25-yard line. Finally spun down there by Stefan Reyes. Haven't called his name a lot tonight. First team All-District linebacker a year ago. Team's defensive MVP in 2017 with his first tackle. 2nd down and 4.
Ben Simmons, the nose tackle, has been on in almost every play as well. He's been a horse that's 6 foot and 200 pounds. The senior this time gets off the nose and moves to the end.
We've seen either tackles at the line for Eastview or in the secondary. 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6 at the Patriot 25. Play fake Perez. A pass over the top is incomplete, and the Cougars are lucky it wasn't picked off. Looking for Anderson over the middle. And the defender that was right there was Isaiah Quinton Jackson. If the sophomore has his head turned around, that's an INT for Eastview.
Just didn't really, they weren't on the same page, let's say it that way.
San Marcos is hosting Johnson tonight. Not far from us. East Central at home against Roosevelt. The Hornets were a winner in their opener last week. Judson tomorrow on Saturday hosting Wagner. On 3rd and 2, Haney bounces outside of the 20, inside the 15, slips a tackle to 10, bowls his way to the end zone, touchdown. A physical bruising run for pay dirt for Seth Haney, and the Cougars again make it a 1-score game.
It's one of those where you just impose your will and say, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm going to get in the end zone, and he did.
First contact tonight, not good enough. Second contact tonight, not good enough. I'd argue 3rd, 4th, and 5th tonight hasn't been good enough both ways. The 2 offenses are having a field day so far, and the PAT put through there by Vasquez. 5:33 to go, second quarter. It's Eastview 22, Canyon 15. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Barnwood Builders reclaim and restore 18th and 19th century log homes. We do things the old way, and everything we do it with pride.
All new Barnwood Builders, Sunday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY GVTC Channel 126.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
It is a good night to be a running back here at Cougar Stadium. 5:33 to go in the second. 22-15, the Eastview lead. We've seen Zion Hester, tailback for the Patriots, score twice. And for the Cougars, we've seen Nate Colbreth and now Seth Haney find their way to the end zone, both running backs. And now between the two of them, they have scored 8 touchdowns, not even 6 quarters into the season. Colbreth scored 4 last week in the win over Lehman from 43 yards out, 31, 8, and 14. Haney scored 2 touchdowns as well. Both came in the first half, by the way. His touchdown run moments ago, a 20-yarder, and now a 7-point Patriot lead. The kick from Vasquez is a squib kick, borderline onside. They're trying to catch the Patriots off guard, but heads-up special teams play made by Jeremiah Knight to jump on it right around midfield, and the Patriots again set up with a short field here, leading by 7.
With offensive ruling, I think that Coach Lipsis decided, let's see if we can steal a possession.
Why not, right? Because, Tony, it doesn't seem like short fields or long fields matter. Canyon's last drive moments ago went 75 yards, for example. From the zone, 47. Snap to Colson, handoff to Hester, breaking through. Hester's second effort yields about 4 yards. Hard-earned 4 yards there for Hester, despite some really good defensive penetration there by Canyon.
Boy, he was stopped in the backfield and got away.
That was Owen Worley. They got right into the face of Colson. They'll mark it as a gain of 3, second down and 7. Final 5 minutes of the half. Snap to Colson, give to Hester again. Hits the teeth of the defense. Up to the 45, 4 more yards, third down and 3 for Eastview.
Their offensive line, not very big, but they're creating enough room for Hester to get through.
You look at the left tackle in particular, Joey Gonzalez, 5'10", 182. I mean, Tony, he's barely big enough to be a safety. He's out there left tackle. But if he can block,
right,
sign him up. 3rd and 2, they'll mark it at the 45. Snap to Colson, play fake, high pass, and that is not reeled in, despite the tall 6'3" frame of Devon Little giving it his all. Overthrow there by Colson. 4th down and 2 coming up now, and again another 4th down decision coming up for Rob Davies.
Somebody's tying Hester's shoe so he could be ready. In fact, it was Colson that was tying his shoe.
If you're a punter in this game, don't worry about getting warmed up. Cougars jump off sides on the play. Wow. The throw, though, is reeled in and caught by Little. A leaping catch again. Makes it over Jake Vest out around the 18-yard line. Another gorgeous on-target throw. Better catch. First down, Patriots.
He is something else to be able to go up and get the ball like that. Kind of surprised he didn't get called for a flag there after he went after the defensive back and kind of stood over him like that. That's a penalty most games you see, isn't it?
It is. And Little, maybe given the ride of emotions, is called to the sidelines to come out. And they will send Jeremiah Knight in his place, lines up wide left inside the Canyon red zone, 1st and 10. Snap to Colson, play fake. A screen is caught at around the 18-yard line, and the receiver is spun down to the 14 for 4. Ochoa with the catch, his first tonight. Second down at about 7 coming up as we are inside of 4 minutes to go in the second, and the Pats on top 22-15. Here's a snap to Hester with Colson kind of playing possum there before the snap, and the Cougars don't fall for it. They'll stack up Hester for no gain, and now 3rd down and 6 for Eastview.
Kind of, I'm surprised they snapped it to him.
Yeah. We've seen quite a few unconventional plays tonight for both teams in terms of the formations and the plays themselves. Even a standard-looking play, you can't assume that's what's going to happen. 3rd and 7. Play fake again, pass to the end zone. Wide open receiver. It was Little, and he dropped it. Little beat the coverage from Vest in that back left corner of the end zone. Maybe the most open he's been all night, but could not bring it in. 4th down.
Couldn't have been an easier catch he's had all night.
Colson couldn't have gone up there and handed the ball to him better than what he threw it just moments ago.
No way. That worked out perfectly for him.
And now a field goal attempt for Honstein. Was a perfect 7 for 7 of field goals a year ago. This is first attempt this season from 32 yards away for a 10-point lead, but whistles blow, and it's a false start against Eastview. So it has gone from a 32-yard attempt to now 37.
Well, I will tell you in pregame he was easily making 34-yard field goals into the wind.
This is, again, a player who was first-team All-District last year, averaged more than 47 yards a punt a season ago, didn't miss a field goal, had a long of 40. Might be a next-level kicker we're seeing here tonight. This from 37 yards. From the right hash. There's a set down, a line drive kick spinning towards the uprights, and it is no good. Missed it wide to the right, and it remains a 22-15 Eastview lead with 2:49 to go in the first half.
So the Cougars dodge a bullet there.
In more ways than one, not just the missed field goal, but again,
touchdown.
The drop pass in the end zone there by Devon Little, who's had such a brilliant game so far tonight. Again, Little earlier got the scoring started, a 57-yard touchdown catch. We saw 9 possessions in the first quarter, Tony. So far in the second, we've seen now just 4 with this exchange after the missed field goal. And here is a snap to Perez on a quarterback keeper. And a lot of traffic out there, far side of the field. Perez can't find any room to drive through. And is slung down after a gain of about 3 at the 23-yard line. 2nd down and 7, approaching 2.5 minutes to go in the half. And a 22-15 Eastview lead.
Kind of change of pace kind of play.
On 2nd down, here's a running play into the secondary again. Across the 40, inside of midfield. To the Patriot 30. Inside the 15, Colbreth. Tracked down to the 7-yard line. What a brilliant game tonight by Nate Colbreth. 1st and goal, Canyon.
Unbelievable, his ability just to burst from his starting point and get past most of the defenders before they even realize he's there.
That was a 71-yard run for Colbreth. He already has runs tonight at 55 and 51 yards. I hope you had him in your lineup in your fantasy team tonight, Tony. And now goal to go at the 6. Cougars once down in the game, 15-0, are now 6 yards away from potentially tying it, as now Coach Lepsis calls for a timeout. With exactly 110 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Mentioned Coach Lepsis, again, his first year here at Canyon. Was previously at Wiley East and Abilene the last 8 years. coached in 90 ball games and won 51 of them, going 51-39, and helped build that program from the ground up. Their first varsity season was his first season as head coach back in 2010. And over the 8 years, he guided that program to the region semifinals twice, including 2 years ago back in 2016. And now Tony up to Coach Lepsis to turn this Cougar program around. 2 wins each of the past 2 years. But I'll say this too, it's been a tough stretch. But the districts that Canyon has been stuck in have been just unmerciful. You look at some of the teams they've been looped in there with: Steele, Smithson Valley, Judson, go further back, Lake Travis, Alamo Heights, Kerrville, Tybee. Really tough going. Out of the timeout, 1st and goal for the 6. Perez turns, hands off, Haney up the middle and scores. Untouched. Touchdown, Seth Haney. 2nd one tonight.
Just a little quick 4-second drive to conclude with a touchdown.
We were going through the teams that Canyon's been in a district with to include this season again. The Smithson Valleys, the Judsons, and here's a snap. And another 2-point attempt here for the Cougars, but the pass sails incomplete by McKay. I think the Patriots were ready for that one. It remains a 22-21 Patriot lead with 1:46 to go in the half. But getting back to the point of all the teams in that district, to include teams fighting for a playoff spot as well, you would think. Clemens, San Marcos, who was a playoff team last year, New Braunfels. Those teams are going to have to deal with that 2-headed monster in the backfield of Canyon that we're seeing tonight.
Unless they can throw the ball, though, it's how size. This is a pretty small defensive unit, even though they're putting 8 in the box.
The strategy we're seeing, though, employed tonight by Eastview. We're going to see that
all year long, yes.
From Steele and Judson, and the difference there is that the players Steele and Judson have a little bit different looking than the ones that the Patriots have.
Size, strength, mobility, yes, they're all bigger, stronger, faster. But it's fun right now.
Yes, it is. 77-yard drive, by the way, for the Cougars in 3 plays. Drive highlighted by the 71-yard run by Nate Colbreth, and Seth Haney capped it off with a 6-yard touchdown.
Did you think the try for 2 was called, or was the snap bad enough that?
Well, it looked like McKay immediately went to roll out and throw.
As soon as he caught it, he got up.
He didn't try to recover at all in terms of setting the ball down for Vasquez. Vasquez now kicking off from the 40. Squib kick again, and it's fielded by an up man at the 43-yard line. Jumped on by Bane McCravey. Patriots again a short field. Remember, their last possession ended on a missed field goal attempt from 37 yards away. But that attempt should not have happened because Devon Little dropped a wide open pass in the end zone.
Perhaps they don't have confidence the kicker can get it down, or they're worried about a return. But that's been twice in a row they've basically onside kicked.
We have seen, by the way, tonight 13 total possessions between the two teams, exactly 1 punt so far tonight. From the 43, a run for Hester. Breaks off a tackle, bouncing to his right, spins off another near midfield, still running. Finally driven down at about the Canyon 48-yard line, close to a first down pickup there, gain of 9.
Jake Vest was the corner on the far side, and he came up and met him on this side of the 50, and Hester just kept going.
Low snap, and Colson has to eat it. The sophomore center, McLaughlin, struggling again. And so it went from second and short to now 3rd down and 7 to go.
Not the first time we've seen the snap cause a problem.
Final minute, 2nd quarter. What a half it's been so far. Colson splits out 2 receivers either way. From his zone 47, the junior back to throw. Pressured and lets it go. The pass is intercepted at the 42-yard line by McKay. Canyon's first interception of 2018, secured by the senior cornerback Payne McKay, and the Cougars back in business here for a chance to maybe take the lead before halftime.
Colson had a lot of pressure and just basically threw it up, hoping his receiver could get to it. But a great job by McKay of reading it and making a play on the ball.
That's Colson's first interception thrown this year. The Patriots last week at a 17-point loss to Round Rock Westwood were -3 in turnover margin. And now even tonight, they recovered a fumble themselves in the end zone with Canyon going in. 1-point game, Cougars down, but the football at their own 43 and a timeout called by the Cougars before it hit zeros. And Canyon has 2 remaining. Or 1 now, beg your pardon. 1 timeout left with 42 seconds to go. So, Tony, obviously the strength of this Canyon team, we saw in the numbers from last week, we've seen it in person tonight, is the running game. But 42 seconds to go, just 1 timeout. Can you run the football right now?
I think you can. You have a timeout. Every first down stops the clock. It's your strength. You bust another 50-yard one, and then you've got business.
It's a big if, but it's worked out so far tonight.
They've had several of them.
Out of the timeout, first and 10 for the 43. Perez to throw. Downfield, has a receiver far, but led him too far. Towards the far sideline. Out around the 42 in Patriot territory. Second and 10, but the clock stops. 38 seconds to go.
A good design. Farr was open. Farr would have got to the sideline if he catches it, maybe up the field a little bit, stop the clock. Don't know if you can go to that well again, though.
A trips formation here on second down and 10. Patriots now with 2 safeties back deep. Pass far side is reeled in by Garcia. Garcia trying to take it out of bounds, but can't. The clock will continue to tick. Good tackle by Shanklin. Under 25 seconds to go. Third down and 6 now for the Cougars. Not a big sense of urgency right now either. Perez taking a lot of time between snaps. Down to the final 10 seconds. Perez has a flag or a timeout called first. No, it was the flag. False start on Canyon with 7 seconds remaining.
Hurry-up offense doesn't seem to be in their comfort zone yet.
Yes, especially with the passing game.
Right.
And the 2-minute drill and not a lot of timeouts at the disposal, something the Cougars have to work on. They'll wind the clock, and the Cougars will settle for a 1-point deficit. A wild first half here from Cougar Stadium. Don't go anywhere. I assume a wild second half is coming up here at Cougar Stadium as well. At the end of 2 quarters, your score, Eastview 22, Canyon 21. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
And welcome back to Cougar Stadium here on the Cougars Network. Again at the half, Eastview is on top of Canyon, 22-21. Now here at the half, we'll send it down to the field. We're standing by as the Canyon Cougar marching band. We're there, halftime performance.
As the Aristocats perform a precision palm routine to Knock on Wood.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
And welcome back to Cougar Stadium, ready for the start of the third quarter. After a wild first half, the Patriots have a 1-point lead, 22-21, but the Cougars get the football to start the second half. A couple of touchdown runs for Seth Haney. Also one cashed in by Nate Colbreth. Another big first half for those two after a big game last week. Deep kick fielded at the 3. Taking it back is Cameron Lucas. Lucas trying to break out of a tackle and finally marked down to the 28-yard line. That's when the next drive will start, with Canyon down by 1. And keep in mind, the Cougars have not led tonight. They did not trail last week.
Pretty interesting to see who starts as running back and what kind of play selection we do early on here in the second half.
It was a good third quarter last week for Canyon in its 51-17 win over Lehman. The Cougars scored 21 third quarter points. And Haney gets the first call at running back in the third quarter. On first down, snap to Perez, a give to Haney, and that time the Patriots are ready to meet him. A loss back at the 25-yard line, a loss of 2. On the tackle there was Trevon Watson. Stephon Reyes, second down and 12 for Canyon.
Defense was in the gaps before the offensive line really got a chance to hit him.
This is a veteran defense, by the way, for Eastview. 7 of the team's 11 starters are seniors. On second and 12, it is a run for Perez this time, getting it to the outside and finally double teamed and stacked up, and then the ball stripped. The whistles never blew. The Patriots say they've got the football. Looked like Perez's forward momentum had been stopped, but the whistles never blew, and the Patriots have their second turnover tonight.
If he's being pushed backwards, that means his forward momentum is stopped. The ball should have been dead, but no whistle.
I believe the one stripping it was Mark Rodriguez, as he celebrates heading back towards the far sideline. And just like that, 2 possessions into the quarter, the Patriots have a chance to expand upon their lead, setting up now at the Canyon 30-yard line.
And we know the defensive coaches for the Cougars, obviously in the locker room, focused on, hey, we've got to get some stops. We've got to slow them down. We've got to make sure that we make every yard they get a tough yard to get.
The Cougars, no turnovers last week, 2 so far tonight. First down pass for Colson to the far side of the field and incomplete. Colson, beg your pardon. Overshot Devon Little, defended out in space there by McKay, who had the interception of Colson late in the first half. Second down and 10.
Pressure from James Perez, and I think that's one reason the throw was so far off target.
The Cougars jump, free play. No, the whistles blow first. It's a neutral zone infraction here against Canyon. It's a dead ball foul, but 5 yards still. We'll make it second down and 5 to go.
Offsides against the Cougars.
You look at the skill position players for Eastview. Not a lot of experience outside of 2 players, Zion Hester and Devon Little. Those 2 are seniors who played in varsity a year ago. Nobody else did at the skill position. Nobody's starting anyway, and it's showing right now. Those 2 have been go-to all night for the Patriots. This time the Patriots move.
Yeah.
So a couple of flags later, and we're back to second and 10.
Looked to me like the center moved the ball.
And we've chronicled the struggle so far from McLaughlin at center, the sophomore for Eastview. 1 minute gone by in the third, 1-point game. Patriots on top. Second and 10, Canyon 30. Hester in the backfield. The big target Little lined up wide to the left, and he's all alone out there. Here's a play action fake. Colson looking Little's way. Defended by McKay. Turns the pass. It's batted down by McKay. The Cougars have had a tough time defending Little all night. No problems there, though, for McKay.
Well, it would be different, but I saw that Little doesn't run a route. He's just jogging down the field waiting for the ball to come to him, thinking he can out-jump everybody. And if he had done anything on a real route that time, that would have been a touchdown. He just runs down the field like it's just a jog.
Third and 10. 4 wide for Colson. Hester is out of the backfield now in a slot. And Espinosa is the backfield offset to the left of Colson. Off the play fake. Throwing over the middle for Hester, and he can't hold on to it. Broken up by Ethan Flores. With Hester running that post route. And now 4th and 10.
Good defensive play. Hester looked like he might have been hit a little bit early, but no flag on the play, and it's incomplete. Is the ball maybe a hair late? That's the only thing I could say.
And now Espinosa comes out. Hester back at the backfield, and the Patriots are going for it. Again, so far tonight, we've seen only 1 punt. 4 receivers here for the Patriots. With the trips on the left. Here's a blitz. And a screen. Caught by Hester with blockers, but can't shed the tackle. Forced it out of bounds there by Owen Worley. He was the only defender that had any chance of not only stopping the first down, but stopping a touchdown. He makes a stop and a turnover on downs for Canyon's defense.
We saw Hester earlier tonight run through a defender. That time Worley was on him, but he had a forearm out. I thought maybe he tried to turn the corner and he didn't seem to be able to fight through it.
So that's the good news for Canyon's defense. The bad news is there was a player down on his back at the 30-yard line. At the 10:45 mark of the third quarter, we'll step aside. Your score, Eastview 22, Canyon 21. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Where Zaxby's is from, everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And now you'll like it even more because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
This ain't no game.
Did you miss me, family?
You were gone?
I love you!
Gallagher's have always attracted crazy, sir.
You all right? You are not a real person. You are a man in a box. I'm done, Lord.
Do something!
Baby, please get out of here.
I have to end this.
Right uppercut, and it's over!
Back in the Cougars network after an injury stoppage, the Cougars taking over on downs after getting a 4th down stop. And a first down for their own 28. There's another impressive run for Colbreth up to the 35 for 7, 2nd and 3. The fallen Cougar, by the way, was Cole Seeley. And the good news is once he was helped up, was able to walk back to the sidelines underneath his own power. 2nd and 4, they'll mark it from the 35. Here's Colbreth again, running right. And twisted down after picking up first down yardage at the 39. Another change for the gain of 4 more.
2 runs, first down. You like the momentum that you can create if you can do that all the way down the field. The offensive line seems to be getting a better surge off the ball to create some running lanes.
And now press it to downs from the 39-yard line for Perez in the offense. The All Black tonight. New look this season. It's a keeper for Perez running right up the gut and barrels up to the 45 for 6 more. Not a lot of resistance for Canyon's rushing attack against that Patriot defense tonight.
Perez that time just got it right behind the fullback Logan Anderson and just followed him through the hole and got nearly a first down yardage.
From the 45 on 2nd and 4. The senior quarterback will head it off to Colbreth up the middle, shifting for another first down up to the midfield logo. This drive will continue, 9:15 and ticking third quarter, 22-21 Eastview on top. Mentioned earlier this drive, courtesy of a 4th down stop by Canyon's defense. And now in a game and a half, the Cougars defense has 4 fourth down stops.
That is good enough for a Cougar
3 last week. From the 49, Perez in the last drive did fumble the ball away. Here's a pass. It's caught by Farr, breaks a tackle, trying to stay in bounds. And as he's walking out of bounds, gets pushed down by a defender. That was Dalton Lofton Love that shoved him down after Farr again had already stepped out, so tack on 15 more. And this should put the Cougars near the red zone.
Perez finding a little bit of a rhythm throwing the ball. We've seen his last couple of throws look better in timing-wise. And the offensive drive schedule seems to be staying right on time.
The ball now at the 28. Canyon looking for his first lead tonight and for his first home win since the 2016 season. They've dropped 4 in a row at home. Here's a run for Colbreth up the right side, cutting it back to his left. Goodness, has he been impressive tonight. Down to the 20, picks up 8 more hard-earned yards. And I swear to you that Colbreth might eclipse 300 tonight. 2nd down and 2.
Great run off tackle right. Makes a nice cut inside to avoid the one linebacker coming after him, and then pushes forward for a nice 9-yard run.
And now in the red zone at the Patriot 20. The snap to Perez is low, but picks it up. Hands off to Colbreth again. Slams his way for 5 more. Another first down here. We'll make a first attempt with a 15, and now Colbreth will get a breather. And Haney will check back into the game.
Just compliment some of those linemen. That time the right side of Bedgood and Kuhn both did a nice job of sealing off their defenders and gave Colbreth a chance to get up the middle, good enough for a first down.
A lot of big plays for Canyon's offense so far, game and a half into the season. Again, last week about 10 yards per play in the win over Lehman. from the 15-yard line on first down. Here's another big play for Haney inside the 10 and rumbles into the end zone for the third time tonight. Canyon has its first lead, 27-22.
Go for two probably to stay on time.
And the Cougars aren't sending Vasquez out there. He stays on the sideline. So, yes, a 2-point try here for Canyon. The Cougars went for two on their first 4 touchdowns in the opener last week.
A little bit of confusion on the play call.
And the play clock is winding down inside of 6 seconds now.
I'm not sure the offense knows what play they want to run.
And they'll have to burn a timeout. Play clock went down to 0. They are allowed a substitution. And here we go. Trying to make it a 7-point lead. Perez gives Haney. Runs up the right side for 2. But it's going to come back. Illegal motion against Canyon. Looked like Garcia was still in motion at the snap of the ball, and it's going to remain a 5-point lead.
Canyon Cougars 29.
Both teams a little confused that there was a penalty.
Flag on the play.
The hole on the right side was huge for Haney to run through. Kind of surprising on that kind of a scenario because everything was bunched up, and then all of a sudden everybody moved to the inside when he went out.
And with that, Vasquez comes back out. And now to attempt a PAT from about 25 yards away. Low snap picked up by McKay, having troubles all night. McKay on the run. McKay trying to keep the play alive and then finally twisted down at the 10. A lot of action, no points, but the Cougars have their first lead. 7:44 left, third quarter. Canyon 27, Eastview 22. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow cook barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event too. Welcome to Texas 46.
It is a 5-point Canyon lead, their first lead tonight with 7:44 to go in the third. 27-22, Cougars on top, following a 70-yard drive capped off by a 15-yard touchdown run by Seth Haney. A 3-touchdown night tonight for the senior. After scoring twice last week. Short kickoff by Vasquez, fielded just shy of the 20, and the returner is gang tackled at the 30-yard line. So think about Eastview here for a moment, Tony. First 2 possessions, as there's a flag on the kickoff, again will be offsides against Canyon. Eastview's first 2 possessions, they scored touchdowns, led 15-0. Since then, only 1 scoring drive, and that came back in their first possession of the second quarter. Canyon's defense has figured out something. They're not exactly stopping Eastview where they're going 3 and out or forcing a bunch of turnovers, but they have not scored in a long time.
That is correct.
5 yards stepped off against
and we got to hope that the Cougar defense can keep confusing them enough to keep them out of the end zone.
Here's a run for Hester, and he is stacked up. Good defensive pursuit there by the Cougars. Reagan Hopper the tackle from his outside linebacker spot. Again, a 3-4 defense this year implemented by head coach Joe Lepsis. Cougars ran a 4-3 a year ago. A lot of players have switched positions as a lineman is hobbling off the field for the Patriots.
Joey Gonzalez has cramps. But his right calf is tying him up. All of his 5'10", 182 pounds.
But the man behind him, Adam Vineyard,
6'2", 235.
A little more appropriate for left tackle at the 5A level. Empty backfield now for Colson after a pump fake, throws downfield and an open receiver, but a bad throw to the far side of the field, incomplete. Will ring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, you wonder if Hester was supposed to stop because his throw was to a spot and Hester was still running. Or you just have to wonder if Jackson Colson just isn't real adept at throwing the football right now.
Only misfired 4 times last week in 21 pass attempts in the loss to Round Rock Westwood. Play fake on 3rd and 10. Here's pressure. Here's a jump ball to the far side of the field, nearly hauled in by Little, but again defended well by McKay. Boy, a lot of the plays tonight for Eastview, when they try to get Little involved, is let's just throw it up and see if he can bring it down.
And we're real happy this isn't the NFL because that would have been face guarding. But in the high school or college, it's not. So a good job of McKay just to get back into the play and get a hand on the ball.
And the Patriots go 3 and out. 2nd time tonight. An end-over-end punt. A favorable roll again for the Cougars. The ball will die at around the 42-yard line.
Another point to make on the last play that went incomplete. James Perez was all over Colson again. He seems to be finding a way to get in there deep every possession.
Just a 22-yard punt there for Honstein. Cougars' last drive ended on a 15-yard touchdown by Haney. And now Canyon looking to expand the lead, taking over 58 yards shy of Pater.
Talked about a big drive in the 2nd quarter. To me, this is a really big drive right now. You have a chance to go up 2 scores with a touchdown and an extra point here, and that would put the Cougars in some kind of control.
Put a lot of pressure on Eastview. Here's a run for Haney, bouncing off of 3 tacklers inside of midfield and spun down at the 50-yard line after a gain of 8. A defender for Eastview having a hard time getting up.
Looks like cramps for him too.
And hobbling away for the Patriots, finally getting up on his feet is Leo Triana. And he'll go to the sideline. So this looks to be a tired defense.
Yes.
Right now for the Patriots. Again, this is a 5'8" team, not as much depth as Canyon has. And Tony, when you run the ball up the gut so many times, it's going to wear that thin defense down.
Especially when your offensive line is so much bigger than their defenders. Early on, their speed and agility makes plays. Later on, you beat up on them enough. Yes, they are definitely tired because in the delay here, they're all down on the knee or hunched over because they are tired.
Canyon aiming for a 2-0 start to its season. Eastview trying to avoid falling to 0-2. On 2nd down and 2 from the 50, Perez operates out of the pistol. He'll head it off. Big hole inside the 40-yard line. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Canyon. Haney, his 4th score tonight.
Haney and Culbreth are just going to take turns, seeing who can get 4 touchdowns in the game. Since Culbreth did it last week, now Haney does it tonight. The really good news is we still have about 21 minutes of football to go.
By my count, that is now Canyon's 4th run tonight of 50 yards or more. Think about that, 4 plays covering roughly around 200 yards.
Yeah.
Unreal stuff tonight by those two. Again, PAT, the 2-point try anyway for the Cougars is unsuccessful on a run up the middle. And it remains a 33-22 Canyon lead. All Cougars here in this 3rd quarter. 6:10 left in the 3rd. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
They say it's cooked to perfection when he decides it is. They say the word flavor was named after him. They say you can beat Bobby Flay. What do they know? Beat Bobby Flay, Thursday night at 10 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
Sunday, September 23rd. Don't miss the 911 two-night premiere event.
Must be hard being a first responder.
And if you missed a heart-pounding second of 911 Season 1,
We have to get her to the hospital.
watch it anytime on demand at Fox Now.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones that lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
I am gonna get you out of here, I swear on my life.
911, the two-night premiere event starts Sunday, September 23rd on Fox.
Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. A tough start tonight for the hosts here at Canyon. Trailed early 15-0. Since then, they've outscored Eastview 33-7 behind a heavy dose of Seth Haney and Nate Colbreth. We don't have the official numbers for you right now, but I want to guess here, Tony, that the two of them have combined for somewhere in the neighborhood of 350 to 400 yards rushing already tonight. It has been unbelievable.
Well, with 326 yards last week, we know they have at least that right now.
Yeah.
With still, again, a quarter and almost a half to go.
The two combined last year to run for just over 1,000 yards, and they're going to eclipse that this time next week. Short kickoff by Vasquez, return from the 28 with space across the 30, across the 40, inside of midfield, and finally dropped it around the 43-yard line. Good return there for Carlos Ochoa. And Eastview, looking for a spark on offense, now has a short field to work with, down by 11. Now the halfway mark of this third quarter.
The 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
There's just something about, we've talked about time usage here. It seems like every change of possession takes at least a minute just to get it going, and that's so unusual in high school football around here.
Mentioned this time next week, the Cougars will travel to Dripping Springs for their final non-district game, and then the 26-6A opener, and it's a big one. On first down, Colson throws far side, got an open receiver. Little breaks a tackle to 20, and he's gone. Touchdown Patriots. Devon Little's second touchdown tonight. First one from 57, this one from 44. And hope you didn't blink, Tony. It's back down to a one-score game.
That just looked like, you know, a blown coverage, if you will. I mean, just confusion as they send out trips, and then Hester goes in motion that way, thinking maybe they drew like a screen to him, throw it to him behind the line of scrimmage and let everybody else block. But again, Little just runs down the field without a real route, and they throw the ball up, and he was wide open.
And now the Patriots go for two with an empty backfield. Colson on the rollout, has an open man, and the catch made for the two-point conversion by Ochoa. And it is now a 3-point game, 33-30, the Canyon lead. On the Cougars Network, this is Canyon Cougars High School Football.
Join us on the Hill Country Mile in Bernie's historic downtown for an old-fashioned holiday kickoff with all the trimmings at the 19th Annual Dickens on Main celebration, Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd and 24th. Bring friends and family to welcome the Christmas season with live music, theatrical performances, carriage rides, Santa visits, and more along snowy Main Street. Admission is free, and the memories last a lifetime. Visit dickensonmain.com for all the details.
And we're back at Cougar Stadium. 5:52 left, third quarter, back and forth affair. And it's Canyon on top 33-30, but moments ago, the Patriots got a nice kickoff return, and on the first play of the drive, score on a 44-yard touchdown pass. Jackson Colson to Devon Little, 2-point conversion good. And Canyon's 11-point lead in a blink is down to 3. Deep kickoff here by Honstein. And Canyon's returner lost it inside the 10, out of bounds, far sideline. Tough play there for Cameron Lucas. And the Cougars with their worst starting field position tonight, their own 8-yard line, leading by 3.
Tough break with a good kick, angled toward the sideline. Lucas went over there and just couldn't handle it and did a good job of staying with the possession.
Whichever defense can play more consistently, get stops in the second half, that team's going to win the game because the two offenses are moving just so easily tonight.
Colbreth in at the tailback this time.
Again, the last drive ending on a 50-yard touchdown run by Seth Haney. He has 4 of them so far tonight. From their own 8, first down. And movement.
Flags on the play.
And this drive will start now at around the 5-yard line after the false start against Canyon. Mentioned the district opener, a big one for the Cougars because it's their rival, the Worst Bowl. The district opener week 4 of the season, and they'll take on New Braunfels right here at Cougar Stadium. Their next home game, Tony, is against the Unicorns.
Doesn't matter how good either team is, does it? It's just a game to see who wants it more.
1st and 15.
And now 1st and 14 from the 4. Running play up the gut. What else is new? Maybe this, a stop by the Patriots as they clog up the line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line, holding the Cougars to a 1-yard gain. On the carry there was Colbreth. 2nd down and 13.
Cougars need something good to happen on the next play.
14.
This is not a hole you want to try to punt out of.
And Canyon, by the way, is not punted tonight. Only 1 punt of the game, 2 punts rather, either team, both for Eastview. 2nd and 13, running play again and again up the middle, but the Patriots, good pursuits. And the stop of Colbreth at around the 7. That was Reyes, the tackle.
One of the tacklers is still down on the ground.
Looked like Colbreth hit him instead of the other way around.
Patriot now.
Seen a lot of players go down tonight. Most of them, though, have been able to get right back up and off the field as the players drop to a knee. The Cougars trailed at halftime 22-21. They have scored, though, on their first, or 2 of their first 3 third-quarter possessions. First one was a fumble, ensuing 2 possessions, touchdown runs for Haney from 15 and 50 yards away. As the defender for the Patriots is helped off the field, and that's Christian Cortez, their senior defensive tackle.
Seems to me the way we got bogged down in the first quarter with the clock stopping so much, it's starting to happen here in the third quarter. Big 3rd down play for the Cougars.
And again, Canyon's a running team, so how many plays do they have with the playbook for 3rd down and 10? Perez from the gun at his own 8. It is a running play. Colbreth up the right side. And it takes 3 Patriots to bring him down at the 13, short of the first down.
I think a little bit of difference is their linebackers aren't running up the field as fast as they had been, and they're more waiting back for him to get in there and stopping him after 4 or 5 yards, where earlier he was getting 10, 11 or more.
We'll mark it down, folks. So with 4:30 to go in the third quarter, the Cougars are punting for the first time. Here's a punt by Vasquez, a high hanging punt, not very deep. Does take a Canyon bounce for a moment and picked up at around the 43. A 29-yard punt, no return 4:13 left. Remember, the Patriots scored on their first play the previous drive, and a chance to maybe take the lead on this possession.
Defense is going to be called upon again to slow them down, to make sure they don't get into the end zone, because it's now a pick-em game, and Cougars offense needs to get the field possession back in their favor.
Eastview, team that finished 4-6 last year, off to an 0-1 start this season, but hanging in there tonight. First down for the 43. Colson's throw is high, but caught by Ochoa. And Ochoa dragged down to the 35-yard line by Jake Vest. Good first down play, 2nd and 3.
Vest gave him too much room on that play, and that was an easy throw and catch.
Hurry up offense for Eastview out of Georgetown. It's a run up the middle and a first down to the 30-yard line for Zion Hester. A big game for him tonight as well. And a first down at the 30.
He hasn't carried it much in the second half, though.
On first down, Hester. Nope, it's a pass. Cavanaugh. And a loss back behind the 30-yard line. Good tackle made by Ethan Flores. 2nd out of 12.
So they gave too much room on the corner earlier. This time they pressed a little bit more and made a big play out of it.
2nd and 12. 3-point game, 3:20 left, third quarter. Cougars jump off sides, free play, and the pass to the far side is incomplete as the official's hat comes flying out.
It might be offensive pass interference.
Because that official threw his flag at the offsides.
Right. Offensive pass interference is the initial signal.
So you go from a free play to now offsetting penalties if you're Eastview.
I thought Little that time ran into the defender, and as he made his break, pushed off, and that seems to be the flag. So it'd be offsetting penalties.
Yeah. You don't blame the Patriots for taking a shot downfield. If you're a coach, Rob Davies, though, you would hope that Little would have had more situational awareness and saw the flag. There's the call. Offsetting will do this again. This offense scored 21 points last week. 30 on the board so far tonight. They averaged about 25 per game a year ago. With some big-time weapons. And Zion Hester and Devon Little. And the quarterback, Jackson Colson, showing off his arm at times tonight. 2nd and 12, run play for Hester. Squeezing through the 30-yard line and down to the 26. Picks up 6 yards and makes third down manageable here for Eastview.
And one of the things that Coach Lepsis is trying to do is create a culture of success and winning. It's hard to win when you haven't won much in the past, and wrapping up the running backs, what Canyon's having trouble doing.
The man to watch is wide left Little. Cavanaugh's in the slot, and Ochoa lined up wide to the right. Here's the blitz, all out blitz for Canyon. Pass for Little is off his hands and incomplete. With the Cougars there, brought everybody. Tony, surprised they didn't bring you. So they trust McKay, and man-to-man, no help coverage there, and still Little can't bring it in.
And it would have been a great catch if he had made it. It just was a tough throw with that much pressure.
4th down, Eastview going for it. Foregoing would have been a 43-yard field goal attempt. Don't be surprised to see Hester involved here.
I would agree. They've got the whole defense kind of spread out because of the trips on the left side. I'd hand it to Hester.
It's a play fake and a screen. Tipped in, incomplete. Batted away by James Perez. And again, on 4th down, we see Eastview set up a screen play, but Canyon makes a better play in defense for the second time.
Well, you know, on a screen, you let the defender go by, but when they're already going full bore because they're blitzing, that just makes it that much harder for the quarterback to make a play, and Colson couldn't do it this time, and they turn it over on downs.
So on 4th downs now this season, Canyon opponents are 1 for 6. And the lead remains intact. 33-30 with 2:35 to go in the third.
Big time to run up a time-consuming drive here.
From the 26, it's Haney. running right. Haney trying to stay upright. Stumbles forward, though, to the 35 for 9. They'll bring up second down at the yard.
He might have twisted an ankle or something on him. Seems to be hobbled a little bit.
Second and 1, 9 yards on that scamper.
Looks back at the sidelines.
Yeah.
Haney trying to fight it off.
He's not able to go hard. Where's Colbreth?
Colbreth is isolated by himself on the sideline.
Haney's not going to be able to go with any kind of energy here.
Second and 1. Haney, though, gets
there
a
he
carry
does.
here and slams his way for a first down to the 39. 4 yards, and with that, Tony, they bring Haney out and they'll bring Colbreth back in.
That's what adrenaline will do for you, right?
Yep. Seth, can you get us a yard? I know you're limping out there. Get us a yard for the first down in the game before.
And there's an ankle that's pretty heavily taped right now anyway. He might have just tweaked it a little bit on the play before.
Approaching the final 90 seconds of the third quarter. Tight game throughout. First down from the 39. Snap to Perez. Give to Colbreth. Running to his right. After bouncing off a couple of would-be tacklers. Finally dragged down to the 44-yard line for 5. Cougars staying ahead of the chain. Second down, 5 to go.
Good pressure from Watts that time, but I think Colbreth even ran into his own man there as he tried to find room to go and bounced off inside and got the extra 4 yards.
Perez,
5-yard run.
Perez, the quarterback, wearing the number 1 this season, wore 7 rather, his first 2 years as a starter. This, by the way, tonight, his 21st career start here at Canyon. Second and 5. Snap to Perez. Hand off to Colbreth up the right side and has the first down to the 49-yard line of Eastview territory. Tony, you look at the pattern of running tonight by Canyon. I've either seen the Cougars run behind center or squeeze in between right guard and right tackle. They're favoring the right side of the offensive line.
They have indeed, and it's been a group that I think keeps getting better and better as the game goes along. We've talked about a couple of individuals, but these guys are really starting to push that line of scrimmage.
Look at the size of Ross Bedgood and Will McCune at guard and tackle respectively on the right side, 6'2", 280 and 6'3", 270. And run up the middle again for Colbreth. And Colbreth explodes up near the 40-yard line to Patriot territory. They'll mark him down, though. They'll say his knee went down to 46. Only a gain of 3. Second and 7. And that the final play of the third quarter. The Cougars are 12 minutes away from a 2-0 start to usher in the Joe Lepsis era. The score at the end of 3, Canyon 33, Eastview 30. On the Cougars Network, this is Canyon Cougars High School football.
Nissan of New Braunfels. Our modern and architecturally impressive building is more like an art gallery than a dealership. With an extravagant showroom floor and customer lounge, with over 500 vehicles in stock, we have the ability to deliver the best savings possible to meet your budget needs. It's our pleasure to serve you in New Braunfels and the surrounding Hill Country communities. Nissan of New Braunfels, you've got to see this place.
And welcome back to Cougar Stadium, ready to start the fourth quarter. Canyon leading 33-30. At the end of one quarter, the Patriots led 15-8 at halftime. It was a 22-21 Eastview lead. The Cougars, though, outscore the Patriots in that third quarter, 11-8, and have a 3-point lead.
12-8.
12-8. I can do math.
2 touchdowns.
I thought that was strange. How do you go from down 1, outscoring a team by 3, and lead by 3? But I'll get it figured out.
It works.
Leave me alone. First and 10. Here's a handoff to the tailback up the right side for Canyon. Driven back late in the play by Trevon Watts. The carry was carried out by Colbreth, and now third down coming up for the Cougars, 3rd down and 7.
Kind of a strange thing coming out of the quarter break. The offensive line had no surge on that play, and you don't know if they're still in the quarter break or what, but defense just stood them up, and they didn't go anywhere.
Give him 2 more yards, 3rd down and 5 from the 44. Blitz coming for the Patriots. It is a run for Colbreth, and Colbreth finally stumbles down at the 39, or the 41 rather. They'll say he's short of the first down. So 4th down Short 2 yards to go. Have to imagine the Cougars are going to go for it.
You've got to be able to get this to win the game.
4th and 2
and
for the
that's just what you got to do.
Patriot 41-yard line.
As usual, Eastview putting 8 in the box. Closer to 9 actually right now. And the snap mishandled by Perez and a low snap. Perez trying to lean forward for the first down. Spot of the football. He might have it. This is going to be awfully close. We might see our first measurement of the game.
I think he's got it. I think he got a favorable spot, and I think that is going to be enough for a first down.
Our head official, though, will call for the sticks.
And that was a favorable spot. But give Xavier Perez a lot of credit for keeping those legs churning until that whistle blew.
The chain gang comes from the far side of the field. Big moment here early in the 4th quarter. Awfully close here. And Canyon's got it. What a play by Perez.
The line of scrimmage was the 39-yard line, the 49, so the 39-yard line, and the ball's in the middle of the line, so it has to be a first down. By rule. The rule of the length of the football. That's a big first down, Brad.
It is.
Big first down. Off of a bad snap.
By the way, Haney, who was hobbled a bit at the end of the 3rd quarter, is back into the game and in the backfield now. From the Eastview 39, Haney gets the carry. Haney explodes near the 30-yard line for a 9-yard gallop as the Patriot is down.
Spots again, isn't it?
It is.
Up there by Guardiola.
Again, a lot of players have gone down to the turf tonight. It seems that more often it's been for cramps.
This time he's holding his stomach.
Yeah. Maybe the wind got knocked out of him there on that play. With 10:23 left in the 4th, it is a 33-30 Canyon lead. A touchdown in this possession would be so critical because a field goal keeps it a 1-possession game where the touchdown makes it 2.
And again, the difference is we don't know what kind of depth they have. We know Canyon's depth isn't great, but it's there. They're the ones down on a knee every time there's a break, and the Cougars are all seem to be strong.
So Trevon Watts comes out. They'll bring Jordan Hatley in his place. And Eastview desperately trying to keep the Cougars off the scoreboard in this possession. A team that scored 51 points last week. Canyon defeating Lehman in week 1. It is a run for Perez up the middle, slips down to the 25. Again, you talk about staying ahead of the chain. Well, after the big first down play, Perez there for 4 yards, picks up the first down. And a fresh set of downs for Canyon with now another Patriot hobbling towards the sideline. That's Deja Little.
And I know you saw Will McCune put on an impressive block that time and then laid on the defender until they told him to get up. Offensive line, especially the right side. Shannon in the middle, then Bedgood and McCune on the right have done yeoman's work today creating holes for these running backs. Cooper and Chandler on the left have done a pretty good job themselves. But the size is what's amazing. 260, 250, 200 in the middle, and then 280 and 270 on the right. That's a lot of beef.
Meanwhile, we've seen one of the offensive linemen from last year convert to tight end, and Adam Alcorta, who dropped 30 pounds but still tips the scales at 260. Here's a run on first down inside the 20. Look at Haney go inside the 10. Bullies his way down to the 7.
Haney a little sluggish early when the defenders were fresh. Now that they're not so fresh, he's still strong and he's able to muscle through a lot of would-be tacklers.
And he ran off the side where Alcorta was. We was talking about him.
Right.
Again, at tight end, he won't see a lot of passes go his way. but at 6'4", 260, he's essentially a sixth offensive lineman.
Another reason why they're running right.
Yes. First and goal from the 8s, looking for a 2-possession lead. Perez running himself, trying to cut it back up the middle. Perez breaking a tackle. Perez, touchdown!
Wow.
What a gutsy play by the senior quarterback to give the Cougars a 39-30 lead.
Again, I can just say, wow, that was impressive how he just again imposed his will on the defense and told them they weren't going to bring him down. That's impressive.
That's the first rushing score of the season for Perez. Had 8 rushing touchdowns in his career coming into the 2018 season.
Now make that clock move.
Vasquez off with a PAT and a 9-point lead. He's got it. 9:35 left, fourth quarter. Canyon 39, Eastview 30. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Ashley Home Store is proud to sponsor Canyon Cougars. Go Cougs!
We said this earlier tonight that Eastview's defense is veteran-laden. Of their 11 listed starters, 7 of them are seniors, but this veteran group is having a hard time coming up with stops. 38 points given up a week ago with the loss to Round Rock Westwood, and 39 points given up so far tonight. Or 40 points, beg your pardon, given up tonight. Last Cougar touchdown scored by Xavier Perez. PAT was good by Vasquez at a 10-point Canyon lead, not 9, with 9:35 to go in the fourth. The Cougars won 2 games all of last year, going 2-8. It was their 4th consecutive losing season, and their 7th in the last 10 years. They are now a little more than 9 minutes away from a 2-0 start to the Joe Lepsis era. Line drive kickoff will dribble out of bounds, and so the next drive for the Patriots will start at the 40-yard line. And Eastview needs points and needs them quickly. 9:35 in this game certainly is an eternity, but it's still two-possession game rather, Tony. So if you're Eastview and you're having a hard time getting stops, that means your offense cannot afford empty possessions.
I think they might make him kick it again.
And yes, they'll do just that.
Agreeing, the ebb and flow of the game seems to be, all of a sudden the clock picked up a little pace there at the start of the quarter. So I think if you're Eastview, you're thinking time could be running out if you don't make something happen quick. So you make them kick again and know you might be able to get it up to midfield.
And so the re-kick for the Cougars. So Vasquez put the ball at the X, the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
You were penalized there, so you can't kick from the same spot.
He tried.
Now we'll kick off from the 35 instead. Very Texas Tech-like looking uniforms here for Canyon, by the way. The black and the red.
The win is non-existent, by the way. It has gone away.
Short kickoff by Vasquez.
Fair catch.
And it's a fair catch made, as you heard Tony say, by Cavanaugh, who had a big play early in the game. Made that fair catch at around the 38. Cavanaugh on a 4th and 3. Had a 32-yard catch and run, setting up a touchdown.
All the short kicks, and that's the first time someone fair caught it. And he was running the wrong way when he did it. I mean, it was. Things aren't happening normally tonight.
That's safe to say. First down for the 37. Here's a odd-looking run play for Hester. A lot of moving parts there, doesn't really yield a lot. They'll give the Patriots a yard of the 38. Second down and 9. Empty backfield here for Colson. He'll throw. It's complete across the 40 and a big stick up high after the catch made by Ochoa on the receiving end of a big blow from Jake Vest. And a big 3rd down and 6 now coming up for Eastview.
It seems to me that both of the inside linebackers, Worley and Seeley, seem to be kind of spying on Hester so that they know what he does is what they're paying attention to.
Cougars jump, free play for the Patriots, and the pass overshot for Ochoa. And another flag is in, a late hit, or maybe going up high the call against Caden Holt against the quarterback Colson. So forget about the offsides. It's 15 yards on the roughing the passer call, and a first down now for Eastview.
That is a bad mistake for the Cougars. Umpire doesn't know what the referee called.
It's week 2. They'll get this right by November.
Offsides is called against the Cougars. Also roughing the
And
passer.
they'll march the ball inside of midfield.
Whoa.
And then some down to the 43. Again, plenty of time left in a 2-possession game, but you still get the sense that Eastview has got to score on this possession.
I agree.
Colson, play fake. No, it's a draw to Hester, who's been relatively quiet in the second half, only able to turn out a yard there to the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 9.
And it does seem like both inside linebackers are just waiting for him. Defensive line is starting to pick up its pace a little bit.
On 2nd down, and 4 wide out for the junior quarterback, Jackson Colson, making his 2nd career start. Did play 3 games last year as a sophomore on varsity. 2nd and 9. Colson on the rollout, completes to Ochoa near the sticks, the far side of the field, at around the 34-yard line with 8 minutes to go in the game, and Canyon leading 40-30.
Seeley and Best on the coverage.
He's a yard short. 3rd and a big one coming up here for Eastview.
Big play call for them.
And now we see Colson go under center. And whistles blow and a timeout called by Canyon.
Not a bad time to use one as they do something they haven't done all night by going under center.
So you think about Eastview, by the way, not a program a lot of people have heard of. This is just their 7th season of football. The program began back in 2012. They've had some success. A 9-win season back in 2014, a 2nd-round playoff team then, but the Patriots got their most notoriety from a viral video, Tony. 3 years ago, running back Apollo Hester, after a win over a really good Austin area program in Vandegrift, was interviewed by a local TV station and went on this, for lack of a better term, rant, but it was in support of his teammates. Here's what he said. It's an awesome feeling when you truly believe that you're going to be successful, regardless of the situation, regardless of the scoreboard, because you're going to be successful because you put in all the time, all the effort, all the hard work, and it's going to pay off. Out of the timeout, 3rd and 1. Pass far side is caught inside the 10 to the end zone, touchdown. Guess who? Devon Little. Just as we're relaying the inspirational words given by former Patriot Apollo Hester, the Patriots score again, 40-36.
Unbelievable. This time he ran a route, and he got open, and
I want to say a double move.
Yeah, Colson hit him in stride.
His 3rd touchdown tonight. Back to a 1-possession game. And here is Honstadt out for the PAT to make it a 3-point affair. And the kick is good. 7:38 left, 4th quarter, 40-37. The Canyon lead. What a night for Devon Little. And really, you could say that for about 7 different guys
yeah.
this evening. I mean, you know, Little and Hester getting the headlines tonight for Eastview. For Canyon, they're two tailbacks, Haney and Colbreth. But you have to give a lot of credit to both offensive lines so far tonight.
I think you're right. And I think where the Eastview offensive line seemed to be dominating early, they hadn't been doing much until I think they've kind of stabilized here with that drive and gave Colson time to throw when he did. Hester never really got any running room, but they made some throwing plays.
So I mentioned that quote, Tony, from Apollo Hester. That was just one snippet of about a 5-minute rant that he gave, you know, in the TV interview, and this video went viral. It was picked up by news stations all across the country, blew up on social media outlets. Apollo Hester made this program famous for his 15 minutes 3 years ago.
Is that Zion's older brother?
That's a great question. It might be. And Zion's had a nice game tonight.
Yes, he has.
The two stars, the skilled position players for this Eastview offense, have really shined tonight in Little and Hester. We said this early in the third quarter, Tony. It stands true again right now with 7:38 to go. The team whose defense comes up with that stop is going to win this football game.
Why is their kicker at midfield?
Well, there must have been a personal foul penalty after the PAT. The kicker, Honstein, put the ball, or the tee rather, at the 50-yard line. The official is telling him you're kicking from the 40.
Did you see a penalty?
I did not, but I'll give Honstein credit for trying.
Wow.
If nobody catches him, might get himself a touchback.
Well, he's your all-district kicker. You would think he'd be able to get the ball to the end zone, wouldn't you?
Well, we're about to find out. He doesn't.
Onside kick-ish.
And it goes off the Cougars. That ball is live. Eastview says they've got it on the far sideline. If they do, it is their third fumble recovered tonight, wow. And it is. Boy, has this game turned in a hurry. It was what, about 10 minutes of real time ago, Xavier Perez on a touchdown run gave Canyon a 10-point lead, and here we are now, a 3-point game, the Patriots of football inside of Canyon territory.
I don't know that anybody was ready for that, and they executed it perfectly.
And now this Cougar defense, which has been better in the second half, has got to find a way to make a stop now. From the 42, Colson. The handoff to Hester. Nothing doing. No gain. Good tackle. Coming from his safety spot, Tavian Facundo. 2nd and 10.
He got him down low, it looked like. Took his legs out.
Hurry up offense for the Patriots, and the right guard jumped. Miguel Vivero, the guilty party, will make it 2nd and 15. They list Vivero at left guard, but there was at the right guard position. Some shuffling of the deck here for Eastview's offensive line. Second down, 15 for the 48s. Colson, a swing pass. Reeled in by Hester. Didn't get a whole lot there. Forced it out of bounds to the Canyon 44. Maybe 3 yards. 3rd down and 12 now for Eastview.
And the more I watch, the whole linebacking core is now just focused on Hester. They've got 3 guys controlling the line of scrimmage, and now the 4 linebackers, all of them have their eye on number 10.
Wide left is Little against McKay. And again, you don't see safety help over the top. And he has had a field day against his Canyon defense. 3rd and 12. 4-man rush. Pass deep right side. In stride caught. 15-10. Ochoa down to the 5-yard line. So just when your focus takes you to Devon Little, On the left side, Colson throws right to an open Carlos Ochoa.
Hit him in stride, didn't he? Just perfectly laid it in there, and the defense wasn't bad. They were just a half a second late.
Now goal to go for the 5. Eastview 5 yards away from the lead. Colson hands off to Hester, breaking 2 tackles and stumbling into the end zone to put the Patriots back on top.
Wow.
This game has been so much fun tonight. You have no idea how it's going to end. No idea.
We're a long way from the end.
Oh, yeah. The end could be 2 hours from now. And here's Honstadt after the PAT for an important 4-point lead. Good snap, set down, and the Pats are on top 44-40. 6:26 left in the fourth quarter. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
And welcome back to Cougar Stadium, a back and forth game. 3 lead changes so far. Last one going back into the favor of Eastview on top 44-40, following a 5-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester. And that came after a fumble on the kickoff by Canyon. This kickoff handled a lot better, and the returner is dropped at around the 26. It was McKay on the return. Cougars 3 turnover night. They did not have any turnovers in the win over Lehman last week and find themselves in a ball game down 44-40, 6:21 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Crazy is what we've seen so far. We'll see if anything crazy will happen here at the end.
By the way, the touchdown run for Hester, his 3rd tonight. Seth Haney for the Cougars has 4. First and 10 for the 26. Perez with a handoff. Running left, it's Haney. And Haney finally muscled down across the 30 at about the 32 for 6. And again, first contact did not do it to bring him down.
Now this is an offense that could clearly run down the field and take about 6 minutes of time doing it and win the game on a touchdown in the last 60 seconds. Ball security is what I would be telling everybody right now, because all they got to do is create one more turnover and the game's over.
Just past the halfway point of the fourth, 5:40 and ticking, 44-40 Eastview. Perez, handoff, Haney again, running to his left. Haney fighting for the first down, and he's got it at the 37. That'll stop the clock for a moment to move the sticks as the drive continues.
They had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he kind of squirted off.
We have said that so many times so far tonight.
Unbelievable.
I mean, how many times, Tony, can you recall thinking to yourself, Eastview's got him this time, only to see him still running 10 yards later? From the 37. First down again for Perez. Had a touchdown run of his own earlier in the quarter. Will throw it here and throws it complete to Garcia, and he is wrapped up immediately. Mark Rodriguez was right there, never let Garcia out of his sights, and the Cougars will lose yardage. They'll mark it back to the 36, second down and 11.
Tough throw when you're throwing it to a guy who's a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage already with nobody blocking for him.
I'm surprised you called pass on first and 10.
All right.
You know, the running game's been so effective. Make your throws on second and 2, plays like that.
Keep feeding those horses, man. Keep feeding them.
The 36 on second down. 8 in the box again for Eastview. It's a run up the middle. And I believe that was Colbreth on that carry. Then mark him down to the 38. It's only 2 yards there. So a passing down coming up, third down and 9 from their own 39-yard line. And the clock now under 4 minutes to go. Patriots again stacking the box. Perez talking back to Colbreth. Big third down play. The senior, hands off. Colbreth spun down. 2 Patriots were right there. Stephon Reyes and Leo Triana. 4th down and 8 with 3:25 to go. The Cougars have 2 timeouts left. And they're going to spend one of them here. That tells me, Tony, now with 1 timeout remaining, that the Cougars are going for it here.
Do you have a choice?
The choice would be to punt the ball away with only 1 opportunity to stop the clock. You wouldn't need a 3 and out, but close to it if you're Kansas defense. They really haven't been able to prove they can get that.
Right.
Especially in the second half. So I think, yes, this is a timeout call by Coach Lepsis to set up a 4th down play.
A couple Cougars now starting to cramp up a little bit. Logan Anderson struggling.
And the thing is, again, we're going to see Eastview put 8 or maybe even 9 in the box.
Right.
Dare Perez to make a throw. So what do you call here if you're Joe Lepsis?
Well, that time they just pulled the left guard and gave him an extra blocker in the front. He just got caught from behind, basically.
Haney is not out there for this play. Colbreth is the tailback. We see Luke Grebon out of receiver, along with Farr and Garcia. But nobody lined up wide to the right. Here we go, 4th down and 8. They have to reach the 47 for a first down. Snap to Perez to throw. Throws left. Pass is caught. Not enough for the first down, but breaking a tackle. Not enough, though. Despite the second effort, Grebon the catch. Brought down at the 45-yard line and a turnover on downs for Canyon. Checking, not Grebon. It was Garcia on the catch. And now the Cougar defense has got to dig deep and get a stop with 3:22 to go.
Tough play. You know, you said it earlier, you don't have a lot of 3rd and 10 plays. Well, you don't have a lot of 4th and 8 plays either in this offense when running the ball is your bread and butter. And if not for Garcia making an extra effort, that falls way short.
1 timeout left for Canyon.
Got to create a turnover.
And it is a run for Hester up the middle. Hester fighting forward to the 40 for 5 yards. Good first down play for Eastview. Clock will continue to tick. But there is a stoppage. It's a timeout called by Canyon.
Yeah.
So the clock will stop at 3:15, but the Cougars are now out of timeouts.
Which if you add it all together, they can get the clock down about 1.5 minutes.
Yep.
A little bit more than 1.5 minutes when they'd have to make a decision on 4th down. The problem is it's already 2nd and 5, so.
Yeah, that's assuming that.
Right. They don't already get a first down.
Right.
Yes. Again, you've got to find a way to create a turnover. And odds are they're going to run the ball to Hester.
Yep. Can't risk an incomplete pass stopping the clock if you're Eastview. Out of the timeout, 2nd and 5 from the 40.
But on 2nd down, you don't know.
Colson will hand off. Hester.
Trip
back for a loss. Good defensive pursuit there. That was Owen Worley on that tackle there for the Cougars, finished off by Dallin Watanabe, and now 3rd down and 6 after a loss of a yard at the 41, but the Patriots will use all of that play clock. This next snap should come at about 2:31 on the clock, if they're smart. Play clock now under 7 seconds. Snap to Colson. It's a run for Hester up the right side behind tackle and guard. Short of the first down, though, at the 37, a gain of 4. Going to bring up 4th down and 2. But now a big decision to make if you're Coach Davies of the Patriots, because if you get the first down here, you win the game. If you punt, as you pointed out before, Tony, you might be only gaining 17 yards in field position. Field goal, you'd be foolish to attempt that from 54 yards away. So what do?
I think they're going to let it run down to 1 and then call a timeout. And I think they'll go for it on 4th down and probably give it to Hester.
There's a timeout with 1:51 left. The Patriots have 2 timeouts left. The Cougars have none remaining. But I'm with you. All you need is 2 yards to win a game.
Right.
As opposed to getting a stop at 1:45 or so if you punt the ball away. And Hester's been a reliable back all night long. I don't think you risk a pass here because you've turned it over on an INT. That could be devastating. So, yeah, if I'm the Patriots, give the ball to number 10 and hope for the best.
Don't try to outthink yourself. Don't try to outsmart the other guy. Do what gets you success. I would think for both coaches here.
The Cougars at one point had a 10-point lead in this quarter. Now down by 4, and if they don't get a stop,
I'm surprised they haven't spread us out.
They're going to come up short. 4th and 2. It is a run for Hester, and he spins into traffic and won't get it. A turnover on downs, the 36-yard line. So the Cougars now in a great position here, needing a little more than 60 yards, around 62 for a game-winning score.
They have spread us out all night long with 2 receivers on either side so that we are putting 4 or 5 guys wide and only have 6 or 7 in the middle. That time they only had 1 wide out and we had 9 guys in the box. It's harder to run against 9 than it is against 6.
Now, against Canyon with no timeouts left, you would think in this situation that you'd have to throw, but with so much time left, I think you still have the opportunity here to run it.
You have to play with urgency on every every play, but you can still run the ball.
Perez on first down from his own 37, 63 yards to go. Will throw, throws into traffic and incomplete. Looking in the direction of Calvin Farr. Surprised to see him first down. The Cougars go to the air. 2nd and 10.
You don't have to throw the ball if you can run the ball efficiently.
Clock stops, 1:42 left. 4-point Patriot lead. And what has been a back and forth Friday night. Perez trying to engineer a game-winning drive. Takes a snap. Perez with a handoff. Cold breath running left to the 40 to the 45 inside of midfield and runs out of bounds. And a flag comes in. Was there a late shove by the Patriots at the far sideline?
It was Shanklin, and I think he did give him a nudge after he went out of bounds.
They mark him out of the 41. If this is a personal foul, it'll be a first down to the 26. Dead ball foul, personal foul on Eastview. And so the Cougars took over possession with 1:47 to go. Now 1:35 left, and already they're at the Eastview 27-yard line.
That was a blessing for sure.
And now for the Cougars, the clock is not an issue right now.
I agree.
From the 27, run play, cold breath up the middle. Check it, Perez and the keeper. And Perez
Get
is
ready
marked
to go
down.
again. Get ready to go again.
At the 18. Clock is ticking.
You're okay.
Minute 20 to go in the fourth. Whistles. Timeout Eastview.
Yeah. It's okay. Second game of the year, you haven't had a chance to do this a whole lot, so a great learning experience, and maybe you can still win the game, which is even better. But playing with urgency, getting back to the line of scrimmage. You saw how slow they were trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, trying to delay or make the clock run more. But you just get back up there, you get ready to snap the ball and see what they do.
Minute 21 left. And with that timeout called by Eastview, the Patriots have just one remaining. Eastview was 2 yards away from wrapping it up, but a fourth down got stopped, and the Cougars have driven down inside the red zone in a blink of an eye. 2nd and 1 from the 18. Perez, hands off. Haney up the middle to the 10-yard line.
First down.
Clock stops for the first down, but now goal to go for Canyon with a minute 16 left. Perez operates the pistol again. A long look to the sideline. Perez fumbles the snap, jumps back on it, moves forward inside the 5. What a crazy play that was. The clock ticking under a minute to go.
Lots of time.
And now the Cougars not in a big rush right now.
Right.
Down 4, though, they need a touchdown. 2nd and goal for the 5. And now a late timeout called by Coach Davies with 43 seconds left. And actually, where the first down marker is, the Cougars can't get a first down here without scoring at the 1 yard line.
Right. The ball was spotted at the 11, so the yard marker to go is at the 1. So yes, 2 ways to stop the clock, in the end zone or inside the 1. 43 seconds. Even if you don't make it this play, you'll still have 20 plus seconds to go. So you can take your time to set up a play to get it in the end zone. Or you can get up there and spike it and have one last play to win the game or not.
Still thinking for Canyon here, running is very much an option.
Oh, you have to. It's what you do best.
Yeah. Especially now with the field condensed.
Yes.
Really tough for Perez to throw the football in this situation. Patriots now out of timeouts. 2nd and 4 from the 5. Perez, handoff. Haney to his left, and he is dropped at the 5 yard line.
Hop back up.
Nice stop there by the defense of the Patriots. A man is down low after the tackle made by Dalton Lofton Love. And the man down is Darian Shanklin. Down to the 5, stops the clock with 32 seconds to go. When they do line back up, the clock will be rewound and start ticking again.
Mark Rodriguez had a big angle on that play because he was on the wide receiver to the left, and he just read that it wasn't going to be a run. And when Haney went wide to the left or tried to go off tackle left, he was there to stop him. It's interesting how many guys they have inside, and it's hard to block all 11 of them if they're trying to stop the run.
Now here, Tony, 3rd down and 4. For Canyon as we see Shanklin get up. 3rd and 4. If you run here and don't get the first down, that clock is going to keep ticking, and it's 4th down. So do you throw it now?
It's a good question.
You risk rushing a 4th down passing play if you don't get it here.
Right. Nobody's wide, though. You're just going to try to put a hat on a hat and see if you can get in.
Here we go. 3rd down and 4 from the 5 yard line. Perez, hands off. Haney forcing his way through.
He got a first down
at the marker. Did he get enough?
No.
Spotted the football, he's short. Fourth, less than a yard, clock ticking, 13 seconds to go.
Lots of time.
To 10 seconds. Perez, handoff, Haney up the middle. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown Canyon with 5 seconds to go. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
On 4th and 1 from the 2, Seth Haney barrels ahead for his 5th touchdown tonight to put the Cougars in front 46-44. After the PAT is Vasquez for a 3-point lead. High snap gets away from McKay.
Go down.
You hear Tony say it.
Wow.
Because if you try making a play there and the Patriots turn it into something and score,
that's a 2-point.
It would tie the game.
Yes.
There was an NFL game a couple of years ago, late in the game when Atlanta took a 1-point lead, and on the ensuing 2-point try to go up 3, it was picked off and returned for 2 points.
And they lost.
And they ended up losing by a point.
My biggest concern of even trying for the extra point is just that.
Yeah.
Just
if it's blocked, just it's a kick too. Yeah.
Run the ball and try to get a 2-point conversion, or you don't, and then the kickoff is going to take 5 seconds no matter what you do. If you squib it down the middle, now you just got to tackle.
You could just kneel, go for a 2-point conversion and kneel the ball, avoid all that. But let's go back to the drive itself. Tony and I said, even without any timeouts, because there was still so much time left, the Cougars could still afford to run the ball. They did exactly that. I believe there was only one pass attempt on the entire drive, but it was incomplete. The first play of the drive, the Cougars then stick to the ground game. And
well, they did a pass out here and lost yardage, right? Yes.
So two passing plays.
Okay.
But again, stay committed to the run, and Haney runs into the end zone with 5 seconds to go to put the Cougars on top, 46-44. The Cougars have now scored 97 points in their first 2 games this season.
How many games did it take them to score 97 points last year, you wonder? How many games together?
I would really love to know. Can you find out for me right now?
Where's your results from last year at? You got to get it in the air long enough to get down to here, but I wouldn't kick it high. I just squib it all the way down. Even if you hit someone and then they fall on it, then.
If he does kick it deep, we could see a series of laterals here by Eastview. It is a squib, picked up at the 40. Long delay in the pickup there. Tackle is made with 1 second left. No, the time runs out. That's it. The Canyon Cougars are out to a 2-0 start of the 2018 season after a wild finish in the home opener, a winner over Eastview, 46-44.
They're going to give them 1 second, I bet.
Now again, I say home opener. It's also a home field clock operator.
Yes, sir.
But that said, the officials aren't extending the game, and that's it. The handshake line forms here at Cougar Stadium, and Canyon again is out to a 2-0 start after a crazy finish here in New Braunfels.
There's nothing wrong with the clock running out. That's normal procedures. The officials, I thought, got together to see how the 2 coaches would react, and they started the handshake lines. So they said, let's get out of here, and they did.
Again, 100 points, or 90 points rather, scored in this game tonight, but the Cougars end up on the winning side, 46-44. Back to wrap things up. This is Canyon Cougars football on the Cougars Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank, the people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow cook barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event too. Welcome to Texas 46.
Welcome back to Cougar Stadium, and what a way to kick off your games here at Cougar Stadium. The home opener tonight for Canyon, the introduction to the crowd, the home fans here, the Joe Lepsis era coming off a 51-17 win over Lehman last week on the road, winning their first home game since October 28th of 2016, and what a way to do it with 5 seconds to go. Seth Haney scores his 5th rushing touchdown of the night. The Cougars drive 63 yards to the game-winning score and win it 46-44 over Georgetown Eastview. Welcome back to Cougar Stadium on the Cougars Network. Brent Freeman with Tony Brubaker back to wrap things up here. And Tony, from the start, this game had crazy written all over it. It ends that way. What a finish.
You know, we talked about it all night. How could it get any crazier than it was? And yet, if Perez doesn't have a snap issue, pick up the ball and end up getting, 6 or 7 yards, Haney's runs wouldn't have been effective. A big play. Xavier Perez made some really seriously big plays in the midst of a problem tonight, and I thought those were difference makers. But Haney, just to be able to get that ball in the end zone when everybody was against him in the white, and there were more people against him than were for him on that run, I think it just showed you some kind of determination.
I made the point several times throughout the broadcast, Tony, that whichever defense would come up with that stop would be the team that wins the game. And both teams had that chance in the fourth quarter. For Eastview, that stop opportunity was the final play of the game, essentially, at the goal line. Well, Tony, had a lot of fun tonight.
It was fun.
It was indeed. Again, the final score tonight, Canyon 46, Eastview 44. On behalf of our entire Cougars Network crew and for my broadcast partner, Tony Brubaker, I'm Brent Freeman saying good night.